Should be live. Think so. Hey, there we go. We're live. All right. Today we're back on the Paladin, done with all the midnight stuff. And the Paladin, it's really lacking two keys, but also Arakara could use an upgrade too. But we really want to start hitting these 13s. It's just a shame that we're probably not going to get into a 13 of these two until we do like a 12. So we're going to hunt down like a 12 or 13 of either of those, which is Priory and Gambit. So Priory, Gambit. Where's Gambit? So I'm going to queue up for some 13s first. And then we'll get going. So I'm going to put 3.2 main. So that we can hopefully get invited to a key that is worth doing. There are not too many people going right now. So one can hope. Ooh, spam detected already. Dang. What a watery geometry say. Okay, let's post in the Discord. We just posted, okay. Now let's get YouTube chat pulled up and then we're ready to go. So I might, like I said, I might have to go back and do a 12 of these. But it would be really nice to get into a 13. But I guess I'll just queue up for a 12 because I'd rather just get into a key. Today's about just getting gains. We're not going to get to 3K today. So let's get YouTube chat pulled up. And then we're good to go. All right, YouTube chat's pulled up. What's up, YouTube? Yeah, we kind of got halted yesterday because all the new midnight stuff came out, and it was like kind of had to go make a video and stuff like that. So, but now we're back on it. We are back on it. And we have a lot to gain today, a lot to gain, but it's only really if we hit these two because, like, look, they're on like 300 IO average. If we get them up to a 12, so like if we time this 12 Priory, we're gonna go up by like 70-ish points, which is huge, like absolutely huge. And then from there, it's just like I can trade out my key as well because my key is a Dawnbreaker 12, so we can trade out our key, hopefully land a Gambit, and then we're just like high rolling. So, let's type yo. So we are going to Priory. Always a good stream when you started off at Priory, right? But happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome in. It's a bit later for a start time, but I'm just chilling. I've been busy today, so I am just like glad to be back at the computer and sit down and vibe with people and slam some keys. We got to get this challenge. We got to get some steam under the sails, so hopefully we can just like start off strong today. Start knocking over some dominoes. But I've been really excited about Midnight, like all the stuff. Posted a video. I think I made the video way too long. I should have probably cut it down a lot because I don't know. I don't expect people to click on a 50-minute video all the time, so that's my bad. But a lot of exciting stuff to talk about for Mistweaver, as well as all the other healers. Like I haven't really looked at much of the other healers and all their changes that have been announced and stuff, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I think we're in for a treat as healers. And there's going to be a lot of stuff to test on like the beta and stuff, so I'm very excited. Alright, see, how is no one queuing up to a 12 Priory? Okay, there we go. There's at least a body. We'll take that. Guess while we wait, we can fix our mog from the other day. Transmog is important. That's something that I'm learning. Okay, so where do we leave off? We left off that we don't really have a good helm. So I need to get a lighter chest and wrist piece. Or hands. I'm sorry, a darker hands and chest piece. Like, these hands are good. But we need them to be darker to match the helm and the pants. Since we can't make the helm match the rest of it. Ooh, hold up. It's kind of cool, but it doesn't match the shoulders. Ooh, that perfectly matches. It's almost a little too perfect. I don't like the red under, though. This is all while we wait on our group to form. Hey, what's up, Obsidian Fire? Good to see you. How's your day going? It's very good to see you, Obsidian Fire. Hopefully well. Yeah, I just don't have any good male transmog. I mean, I barely play male character. Like, male... No, wait, plate characters. My bad, plate characters. But I don't have that many good options, man. Like, at what point do we drop this, this giant hammer and just, like, completely make another transmog, you know? I mean, honestly, I don't hate this. It doesn't, like, match, but it, like, kind of blends. I'm good. Just ate some lunch. About to get on WoW also. Yeah, I just ate lunch as well. Glad to be at my computer playing some games. How do I feel about the Mistweaver changes in Alpha? I feel very good. I released a video talking about everything, like all the deep thoughts, and you got to see like the whole 7 stages of grief where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm worried about this, and then I would read on and it would like fix my worry and stuff. So like, it's a very long video, but all in all, I'm like, it's a big question mark because I'm like, I have no idea what Mistweaver's gonna look like with the non-Vivify build. Like, you can't know what that's gonna look like, right? But it's not like a negative worry. It's more of like a, I just need to see it, you know? Like, I just need to play it and see how it feels and how it performs and stuff. But I really like that Jadefire Stomp is gone. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Jadefire Stomp. I used to just play that legendary even when it was like the meme choice, right? Like, I would just go Night Fae and just call it a day. Just for fun to do more damage and stuff. But I think it had the Essence Font effect. Like, it's gonna suck seeing it go like for a few days, then you're gonna be like, okay, this is actually better because it's one less button I have to press to do the things I want to do, you know. Soothing Mist getting a buff. No, okay. This guy recognizes me. This guy recognized... Dude, that's funny. He said, no way. This is LVN. I think the new, like, kick... The kick thing that's going to give you your AoE Soothing Mist, that's pretty cool. Once again, I have to see it. Have to see it. Definitely can't wait to try it out, but I worry they're pushing us to mostly a casting class. I don't think so. So I think, like... If you're playing just the standard Yulon build and whatnot, like, you're probably gonna also just play Serpent, whatever, the Serpent stance, the Way of the Serpent, but you're not really gonna use it for the Soothing Mist unless you do, like, a Soothing Mist in your ramp, where you do, like, a big ramp, then you slam one person with a bunch of Vivifies like we used to back in, a Mirjasil tier, you know? But I don't think it's going to be like, oh, they want us to be a caster or Mythic Plus, because I think the people who have a lot of say in the community, who, like, actually the devs would talk to about these things, don't like the caster build. In fact, I know they don't like that caster build. So I think, like, if, you know, say a dev were to reach out to someone who's, like, an experienced monk and be like, hey, what do you think about this and stuff, I highly doubt they would recommend ever going into a caster direction, you know? That's not to say that that's exactly what happens. I'm just saying, like, I just don't... I don't think that they would... I don't think they would want that. I just think that they see that there's a lot of people that play caster, and they want to give them just more variety in their build, I think is what it is. And that also kind of... that variety will also probably be played in the standard build. You know what I mean? Golly. Oh, man, that guy got pop-shotted. He was the one person that couldn't get it and live, and he did, and he died. Ripperoni. Sorry, Hunter. Big sorry. Makes sense. I also like the Vivify being replaced by the Shayloons, spelling wrong, and the play of that. I'm very interested to, like, get into the game and see, like, how it how it plays and stuff. Oh my goodness. And I think it's really cool that you can like use Shayloons at 0 stacks. Hold on. Like, I think that's very interesting because I was worried if they were just gonna make it to where like if you take, oh, he took 2. He needs to stack in melee. But I was worried if it was gonna be like a completely different thing where like it just doesn't feel like Mistweaver, like, because Vivify's spammable, but obviously Shayloon's isn't. But no, that it now it is, you know. So I'm definitely gonna die here. Yeah, I had like, I got rooted, then I got bled, and then I got bled again. So it's just big bad. I also like the enveloping mist instant cast with Chi-Chi. I do too. I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Just release really quick. Release really quick so they don't notice. But one thing that I'm worried about is like, is there a world where we just go Chi-Chi and raid and just like do it like a Yulon, you know what I mean? And just like take the mana hits? Like, is that a thing? I doubt it. I hope not. Because that would be lame. If you just play a Chi-Chi build, but like just utilize the instant Enveloping Mist, you know what I mean? But then again, it's like, Enveloping Mist is instant in your, stack. It is instant with Soothing Mist now, so it's like, it's kind of like Peer into Pieces baked in, right? So, I doubt that would be a thing just because of that fact. You would just play Yulon and just do that anyways, you know what I mean? Plus, playing it that way, you would literally just have a worse Yulon because then your stuff would cost 30% more mana. Yeah, these cats are jumping around, man. I'm pretty sure that's because people are standing out in range. Like, that's... I'm pretty sure that's that mechanic. But just, I tend to not go right in this dungeon, so... Don't fully know all the mechanics of this side, but... Usually when people die there, it's because they went, because they weren't stacked. Oh my goodness. I hate this side. But we're good now. You're God. He says as I'm like struggling my balls off. Like, come on. Okay, I immuned someone and sacked myself. I immuned myself and sacked someone. And that saved that one, I think. Goodness. Oh my god, I was not ready for that cooldown wise. I had to use my wings on the previous pool, then I just like did not have enough. Okay, so here we have a knight pooled with Elena. I'm gonna wings here when Elena does her stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and wings now. Pop my defense because I had the bleed. Yeah, this pool's terrifying. Usually you want to pull this pool to like this corner so you can LOS the these shouts, but we can't LOS the shouts. Yeah, I think there's so much to be excited about coming at midnight. Even from what we've seen already, like, so much to be excited about. Alright, we have Divine Toll as well. I'm just gonna send it. Because now we'll have Prism plus Beacon. I think we're fine. Also like the... Oh, yeah. Excited to see how they do things. Yeah, I really am excited about the other healers too, because I've heard some interesting things about like Resto Druid, for example. Apparently like Wild Growth and Regrowth. Oh my goodness. Wild Growth and Regrowth are seeing buffs, and... this is probably just a wipe or a reset, to be honest. Oh, yeah. Just reset. Dude, I don't take that. Nami? Look, I butt pulled earlier. Not this time, though. But we still have plenty of time. No, we got time. Still got a lot of time. Let go. Let go. H-Pal is going to be fun. Oh, really? What are they doing with H-Pal? I need to look at all the other healers, because, like I said, I've heard a lot of good things, but I just haven't, like, deep dived into all of them. I kind of want to, and I kind of want to make a video like, oh, the best changes coming to each healer kind of thing. I'm quite proud of me. Got tank, healer, RDPS, melee DPS to 3.2k IO each. Master of all roles. Staffin. How do I say your name? Oh my goodness, this Hunter again. Hunter. 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 Then he said, dude, that was me, okay? Oh, he got me killed. Staffin. Dude, that is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Very good job. Oh my gosh, we're waiting on so many patrols. I will admit, I feel like whenever I go right, we usually pull this patrol or something. Because we're waiting a long time for these patrols. Alright, is this timeable? What do you guys think? But if you believe... Okay, all three of us just use our kick on that guy. Oh, that's a yikes. Okay, just fireball coming my way. I'm not gonna kick here. I'll kick this next one. I'm gonna try to loop around, do a big old loop-de-loop. Oh, never mind, I got cut off. Fireball. At least the fireballs don't one-shot it in a 12. How you find H-Pal so far? Honestly, dude, it's so good. Like, it's like sleeper good. I guess I'm gonna freedom him. Is that what he wants? But like H-Pal, I feel like a lot of people slept on it this tier, but man, it's so good. It like has such a well-rounded healing profile right now. Oh, pop my defensive. Yikes, that one almost did one-shot me. Okay, we're about to get free wings. Yeah, its healing profile is so good. I feel like a lot of people sleep on Holy Paladin from season to season because unless it's broken, then you don't hear much about it. Oh, there goes the war cry. Yikes. Gonna sack the Evoker. No, I just kicked. We overlapped kicks. This is why I don't like going going right in pugs. You should always overlap kicks, and then was about to say boss cast go off, but I guess not. I will say my one gripe about Paladin is the damage. I just don't feel like it's there. Like in big AoE packs, you're kind of just forced to whack-a-mole heal. So like you just rely on your like consecration to do damage. Oh, I just walked into a puddle. I'm actually so stupid. I'm actually so stupid. Oh my goodness. Can you tell it's my first key of the day, dude? I am playing like garbage. Kick! Kick! Oh, this is such a crap show, dude. Okay. So much time. Infinite time. Oh my goodness. Really enjoy H-Pal at the moment. I worry about percent in the key. He skipped a lot. Yeah, he definitely did. He definitely did. I say I'm going to actually vote to abandon this time, though. So I do think it's definitely over. Oh, and then... Oh, man. That one was like... That one's been over, though. That one... Like, our chances of timing that key, like, depleted so long ago. um... GG. Gamers. Dang, they are flaming each other. The hunter was flaming the warrior. Oh man, we just dip out. We just let them do their thing. Let them bicker. Okay, let's get into another one though. That's fine. That was our warm up. We're totally fine. I'm literally dying to standing in a puddle. So like, definitely needed a warm up for sure. But you know what? We're gonna act like we belong here. That's all that matters. Honestly, I healed through some crazy heal checks though. Like some of those pulls were a little weird. Ooh, Tazvesh Gambino. Wish there was an achievement for getting all rolls to 3K. I know. I think they need to up the triple threat because like they need to make it to where there's two triple threats. One for getting all the 10s done, but then one for getting to 3K on all the rolls. I think that would be huge. Because I'm pushing a warrior tank to 3K right now, and then I'm also about to, and that's just off stream for fun. And then I'm also doing I'm doing a series soon with another content creator where I'm doing a DPS, a melee DPS. So that'd be really cool. I don't know if we're going to 3K though. Don't think we're going to 3K, but we are going to a number. So saw a streamer pull up the info and was going over the talent trees. Let's see. More AoE healing and shields on almost everything you heal with. Like a percent of the heal puts a shield on the target. Oh my goodness. Light of the Dawn is not a cone, but all around you heal. Like circle around you. Okay, so like the priest button. What's it called? Holy Nova. That's interesting. And I think Astefan was talking to me when they said how am I finding HPAL. I worry about percent. He skipped a lot. Yeah. Yes, the good old Priory of Sacred Flame. I know this is cursed. Yeah, that was something. Yeah, this key was definitely something. That's okay. We just quite literally get back up on the horse and go again. We just need some IO today. I need some momentum. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those days where like I don't care about. I'm not gonna try to finish the series today. Obviously, I'm like I just need to get some momentum. So we just gotta get a timed key. Get some, like I said, some steam under our sails, if that's a saying. I don't think it is, but we're saying it. If it's not, then we'll make it one. And I do have a key. I do have a 12 key, but it's one that we've already done, and it wouldn't give us anything. So I feel like it's just more worth our time to get one of these 12s that we do need, and then change our key into something that we hopefully need, and go from there. So now we wait. I guess I can unqueue from 13s. We just hop into 12s. 12. Priory. The thing is, this character has IO. It has IO, but I really think it's kind of like, you know how when you go to the store, everything is like 29.99, and the two tricks your mind to think like, oh, this is just like 20ish dollars, you know, but really it's like $30. I really think that this 27 is tricking people and being like, oh, he's not close to 3K. You know what I mean? That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. We could join a completion key, but a completion priory sounds like the worst thing on the planet. Like, that sounds horrible. It's already Monday, I know, right? Feels like a Monday. I feel like I'm such a boomer saying that. Oh yeah, it feels like a Monday. I literally said case of the. I didn't say case of the Mondays, but what was it? I was like checking out at a register or something, and she was like, "Sorry, I'm slow. Like, sorry, I'm slow. It's just one of those days." And I was like, "Yeah, Mondays. Am I right?" And then as I was walking away, I was like, "Dude, literally, how old am I? Like, why did I just say that?" Okay, come on, people. Queuing up to these 12s. Put me in, coach. Put me in. I mean, a 12 gambit is like almost free. I don't want to say totally free, but it's pretty dang free. Um, but a 12, like a 13, 12 priory, those are going to be hard. Two chested a pug? 10 you should go, Wayne. That's awesome. But did you get the loot? Were you one of the people that got loot? Because if not, then it was all for nothing. No, I'm just kidding. It was never all for nothing, but it'll feel all for nothing. Oh boy. Oh man, we got some picky people. I mean, I guess I could queue up to like an Arakara 12. Maybe that's just more likely for us to get in, maybe? Yeah, we'll queue up to one. I'll queue up to a 13 though. Okay. I feel like Holy Paladin's got a good kit for Arakar too, because like you do have freedom as like a backup dispel on the tank. But you also have like a lot of healing on the move because all your heals are like shock heals and stuff. So I feel like you've got a good kit for this dungeon. Come on. Where are the keys? There's one. Oh. I mean, I've timed an 11 Arakara, so it's kind of crazy no one's accepting me to the 12, right? That's crazy. That run, but was about to give a ring away for free and an untimed one before that. Before I could ask, someone offered 40K for it. That stonks right there. When you're literally gonna give them gear, then they offer you gold for it. Oh yeah, 100%. There was this one raid where back when I first started the game, I was very very new. Reef nerd, I would not turn you down. It's also good to see you, man. But back when I was very new to the game, I was like still gearing out my druid, like my first character. I was in my friend's guild and they invited me to come heroic night, and I was like literally getting hard carried, right? So we killed. We hadn't. I don't think we had gotten AOTC yet. We were on Sire Denathrius, trying to prog heroic Sire Denathrius, and our guild leader was like, "Hey, let's kill the first boss on Mythic. Apparently, it's easier." And so on and so forth. So we did. However, we only had 19 people. So we put our queue up, like we posted our group, and a couple people queue up. One of them being Zavade, I think is the name. Um, just a pro player, a liquid player, just a limit player, and uh, someone, what was it? Okay, I'm trying to think of like exactly what happened. So yeah, so we get a limit player that queued up, and we ended up killing the boss, and the boss dropped the cloak, which apparently that's the only reason why Zavade was trying to kill this boss on this alt, is he just wanted that cloak. Um, However, I looted the cloak, so I'm sitting there like, oh sweet, I got a cloak. Sure, these are good. If you post a group and just put my name, I'll just post like LB Ninja. I'll type it in. Um, but I was like, cool, a cloak. I need one of these. So then he messages me. He's like, hey, do you need that cloak? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I'll give you like 400K or something for it. And I was like, I don't really need gold. I mean, I just need to get gear, right? Like I didn't know how much gold was a lot and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I don't need the gold. And he's like, okay. He's like really kind about it. But looking back on it, I'm like, dude, I did not need that cloak, and he did. Like, I mean, it's one of his alts. Like, I'm sure he's fine, but like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, if I had that 400K, I'd be rolling right now. I'd invested into some Brontosaurus stocks, dude. I'd be rolling. But it was yeah. So that's the one time I've raided with a liquid player or a limit player, I guess. Oh, hold on, let me break the filter. I typed in LB Ninja. So if you type that into your key, listed for Trezon, okay. That works too. Trezon. There we go. Oh my god, 15. I don't think I could heal 15. HVAL's good for our car. All the movement doesn't affect them. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So taking time to see things, what made me 40K. That's so true. Oh man, it sucks though. Like I kind of wish that I took um, these two. These are the two that I'm hunting. I just need a 12 or higher. So ideally a 13 gambit would be like chef's kiss, you know. But and he's fine. But yeah, H-Pal honestly has been surprising to me. I think the one that's actually surprised me the most is Holy Priest, and it's not like a positive surprise. I really liked Holy Priest last season, but I really don't. It's something about like Premonition, Prayer of Mending that just doesn't like feel good, you know. Um, hopefully, Gambit. And luckily, we started off our day outside of Dawnbreaker, so we still have our port. Yeah, of course, Obsidian Fire. Appreciate you stopping in and chatting for a bit. Enjoy your day. We have raid tonight, and I am going to be on the Mistweaver. We are going to be progging, starting our prog on not Kazalgar. Which one is it? There we go. There's a Gambit. We're going to be starting our prog on Nexus King Saladar. I am going to be playing Chi-Ji. I'm going to be forcing it. I did play Chi-Ji all Tuesday night and had a blast. Had a blast. Am I going to stream raid? I don't think so because I have to go and cook dinner for like an hour and eat with my wife and hang out with her for like 2 hours. So it's always not good to start a stream, stop, then start it again. You know what I mean? Plus, I did stream raid at the beginning of the season, and very quickly people stopped tuning in. Like it's like a very weird hour, so like I don't blame people because like our normal audience is like European time, you know. Um, but also it's much more niche than this series. This series is like, you know, it can kind of grab people from all healing audiences, but specifically Mistweaver Chi-Ji rating is not very grabby, especially on a boss that we're just going to start progging on. No one wants to watch us like wipe on Nexus King for 2 hours on the first phase, you know. And plus, like, my guild is very funny, but I have a few people in my guild that don't really want to be like voice recorded and stuff. So just out of respect to them, like I don't really do that. So if I do stream raid, it's like just gonna be me sitting here listening to them, but y'all won't be able to hear them, and that's just like I don't know. It's just a lot of factors, but maybe one day, we'll stream raid. I really do want to get into like a daytime raiding guild as well, like maybe in addition to the one that I'm in now, because I never want to leave my current guild. I absolutely, I can't even fathom leaving this current guild. But I do think that like maybe I swap characters in this guild and then like get into a daytime raiding guild. That way I can stream it at a good hour, you know. Um, and maybe like a 4-day a week guild. That way we can kill bosses quickly and get videos on them, you know. Mythic Plus is usually more interesting to watch, I guess, for the people. Yeah, I think Mythic Plus is also more accessible because things can go so differently. Whereas a raid fight kind of goes the same way every time, you know, in a weird roundabout way, I guess. All right, I need to make sure and change my key after this. I'm just beating up this one fishmancer. I don't care. He looked at me wrong. Ah! See, like, look, this pull's happening. Sure, I'm present for it. But the least engaging part of Holy Paladin right now is just your damage. Like, I feel like on pulls like this, I literally just put Consecration down and hope that's enough, you know? And, like, my Judgment puts a Consecration down too. Like, it's kind of it. That's how engaging the damage is. So that's my biggest gripe. Like, yeah, I'm throwing out, like, Crusader Strikes and Judgments every now and then and stuff, but, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just because I've been spoiled by playing, like, I've played the other build, the Crusader build, in the past. So, like, I know just how engaging the damage rotation of this build can be. And this just isn't it. And then, look, all of that, and it's just, like, all of my damage is Consecration. Like, yeah, can commit Holy Shocks, but you rarely really get to in Pug Keys, you know? I don't enjoy the second boss of Gambit. That is a hectic boss. Oh yeah, that's definitely the hardest part in this dungeon, I would say. We're gonna make sure and type out like, hey, let me soak on the final boss. That way, that's not a non-issue. We have our free wings ready. Go and pop it. Do some damage. See, now we're able to do some damage because I can commit these Holy Shocks on a small pool. But even still, like, look, I have free wings going, I had Prism, I have these, like, Dawn Lights going, and I think if we look at our damage, it's still going to be, yep, Consecration. So, I don't know. I'm very unimpressed with the damage rotation of Holy Paladin, to be honest. Let's look at it. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's my biggest gripe with the spec, but other than that, dude, the spec feels unreal. What do you think of the midnight changes for Mistweaver? I did make a video on it, but it's a very long video, so I don't blame anyone for not tuning in. But I think they're very good. I was very hesitant at first because I was just looking at the talents. But then once I read all the dev notes and saw that they're basically baking in Peer into Peace and all that stuff, like a couple things like that, like a lot of my concerns were like lifted. And all in all, I'm like it's not like a worry, but it's like I'm very curious to see what what the raid build's gonna be with like Shaylins. Like, I can't even imagine a raid build without Vivify, you know what I mean? But it's like, I'm sure that's gonna be a thing. Who knows if it's gonna be like competitive or if it's gonna be broken, who knows until we get in, right? But I'm very excited to see all of that for sure. As far as like the new stuff, like the AoE Soothing Mist, that's going to be pretty cool. It's probably not going to be like too broken though. The Soothing Mist buffs are pretty exciting. I mean, I know a lot of people hate like Soothing Mist builds. I would rather play a Soothing Mist version of Mistweaver than a caster version of Mistweaver that's trying to stay in melee and like Rising Sun Kick all the time. You know what I mean? So like, I liked Rushing Wind Kick when it was added because it kind of like lifted that dreadful play loop, you know, gameplay loop of standing in melee but casting, so always having a stutter step and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a fun time. Definitely gonna open up a lot of possibilities. I think one thing that's kind of concerning is like, yes, Chi-Ji builds don't really have mana concerns, but like now they're probably going to because Enveloping Mist will no longer make them free. So I wonder if that number is going to change. I think in Raid, like, we still wouldn't, if you played a Chi build, you still wouldn't have mana concerns. But, in Mythic Plus, like, hopefully that doesn't become an issue. Just beating up fish, man. Is this cruel? I feel like this is cruel. How? Okay. Question for you guys. You walk into a dungeon, it's very clear that, like, we're the good guys, they're the bad guys, right? Like, oh, these people are trying to destroy the world. Oh, this dragon's trying to destroy a village. Like, we have to go in and stop them, right? My question is, what the heck did these fish do? What did the Murlocs do to make us destroy all of them and kill all of them and their families? And when they literally run away from us to get help, we pull them back in and kill them and their friends. Like, how are we the good guys in this scenario? Maybe I'm just not paying attention to the lore of this dungeon, but it really doesn't make sense. Alright, I've got wings. We're just going to blast. Can't really shield the righteous, though, but that's okay. Trying to do as much damage as I can. Like, what possibly could these Murlocs have done to make us come in and kill them so savagely, you know what I mean? I did a couple 12 plus runs as healer, and tank was soaking circle at the last boss. It made it so much easier to heal. See, the reason why I don't like that is because if the circle spawns far away, then the tank is just dragging the boss like all over the place, right? And that makes it really annoying to fight. However, I agree with you that when someone else soaks it, it does make it easier to heal, especially if you're a melee healer. However, ideally, the healer's the best person to soak it because they know their healing patterns, you know? So, like, if you rely on your mage to soak it, they might just soak it as soon as the buff drops off, but you might, like, be mid-cast on your Shayloons to top everyone, you know what I mean? Like, something like that, so... Technically, it's best if you do it. I've always wondered if you could do this, just run in a circle. I figured if anyone can do it, it's a paladin on their horse, so... I mean, it's still a pretty big stain, but whatever. Their offenses have been expunged from the public records. Their offenses have been expunged. Oh god, I've already forgotten what I was saying. Give me a second. Let me think. Oh, the Murlocs offenses. What could they have possibly done to make us come in and kill them so savagely, though? I just don't get it. Like, we are very much the bad guys in this dungeon. And who are we fighting? We're going in to fight Celia for what? A trinket? We're the bad guys. Okay, we are definitely the bad guys. Hey, defeat 25 dungeon bosses. How am I just now getting that achievement? Yeah, if they don't know how to soak, it sure can be bad. Yeah, 100%. Like, in this group, I think it really all depends on if the healer can handle it by soaking and healing, then they 100% should, because the damage loses a lot of uptime. Even a caster, like, even a hunter loses uptime, right? But, so on this character, I do think I'll be able to heal on the move. Gosh, this is so bad. Is that like a memory issue? Like, what is that about my computer that makes that happen? Any tech-savvy people? Yeah, I definitely think that this spec has, like, a lot of ranged healing tools. Like, I'll be fine to heal it, so I'm just going to tell them to let me heal it. Our captain is a dragon. Never seen the records myself, but I've been told it's pretty bad for the Murlocs. Oh god. See, I didn't play back when, like, I'm pretty sure Murlocs were in Classic WoW, right? Are Murlocs... Are Murlocs, they're from Classic. Because I'm thinking back when I played a Classic character, I'm pretty sure I encountered them, or are they, like, from BFA or something? Do I just sound stupid by saying they're from Classic? Y'all, I started playing in Shadowlands, so please don't meme. Don't meme too hard. You're allowed to meme, but not too hard. Haven't seen the records myself, but heard they're pretty bad. I'm gonna wings this pool. Just get some damage out. Larissa, no. How much damage did I do? 1.9 million. Okay, we are on the up and up, dude. Our damage is coming up. But yeah, there I did commit everything. Well, I didn't commit Divine Tool, so... Didn't commit everything. Murlocs are always in the wetlands. You know what that means to me, Romister? Nothing. I don't know where the wetlands are. Have I been to the wetlands? Probably. Did I know where I was? Probably not, because I click through quests. The ADHD does not let me read stuff. They are from Classic? Okay, so have they always been bad guys? Or, like, the way that I see it as someone who's very new to WoW is that Murlocs kind of just, like, exist. And they're very territorial. And, like, every now and then they kind of just, like, fight back at us when we kind of invade their territory. But that's just from what I've seen. I probably missed a whole storyline where they came and, like, executed, like, the Horde's leader's daughter or something. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. But that's just from what I've seen. And really annoying. Dude, Murlocs are awesome. What are you talking about? Murky? He's awesome. Okay, I actually have to focus here. They were following me in Burning Crusade while living. While leveling up. Nothing wrong with being clingy, right? Whew. I hate that I actually have to focus on this boss. Like, I would love to sit here and just, like, stare at chat. Like, it's killing me not being able to. But this boss just demands the attention. Unfortunately. Go and beacon. Let's beacon as our voice cracks really quick. That was the plan. I think this character has sticky targeting enabled because I keep losing my target on the boss. Okay, we have lost our race versus the boss. We're now on lap 2. %. Hey, 0 deaths. 0 deaths. Holy pally squad, Batman. I know, right? What's up, Red Patch, dude? It's been a minute. How are you doing? I guess it hasn't been like too long of a minute, but minutes aren't long. Whew. They've been doling blades from use against them since day one. Countless repair bills. Ah, okay. I was like, oh gosh, is that really what they do? Like they just sneak into a village and like unsharpen all the knives and stuff? But no. I see what you mean. So so we're, all I'm hearing is that we are the bad guys. The Murlocs did nothing to cause this. I need more GPU grunts. Oh, also Mario. What is up, Mario? Mario, it has been a minute from you. What's good, man? Yo, I've been trying some Ardruid and struggling a bit. Yeah, Ardruid takes a minute to get used to. Definitely has some, like, uniqueness to it. You kind of have to spend more of the downtime ramping for the uptime. What's the setup to do big healing, if you don't mind answering? So a couple seconds, like about 5-ish seconds before you know the damage is coming in, you just put a few rejuves out. The more the merrier. So 5 is like baseline, the time that you do before the damage comes out. But you need to start before the damage comes out because those rejuves really help during the mechanic. You'll then, if you have Efflorescence or Life Bloom about to fall off, you'll refresh those. And then as the damage hits, so like now the damage is hitting, you press Swift Mend on someone, and then you Wild Growth. And that Wild Growth is going to get boosted because of your Swift Mend. Because there's a talent like, let me kill this guy. There's a talent like somewhere down here that says after you Swift Mend, it either boosts like a Wild Growth or your Regrowth or your Rejuve. And that's the talent that you're playing around. So then you're going to have a stronger AoE heal from your Wild Growth. All those Rejuves are going to boost that Wild Growth. The Wild Growth's going to boost all the Rejuves. Like, it's all just going to start coming together. Goodness, that got stressful. Okay, we have no kicks. And if you can, before big AoE damage, you can move one of your life blooms to yourself. And that way your HOTS will tick, I think it's either harder or faster, but either way, it's going to make your AoE healing go up. So moving one of your 2 life blooms to yourself helps before AoE. Yeah, that's kind of like the general... Oh, and then after you Wild Growth, you don't just sit there. You follow up with Regrowths, and those Regrowths are going to hit really hard. You kind of just rinse and repeat that ramp. You spam the Regrowths until the damage stops, or until your heals start to overcome the damage. Okay, now I'm going to let him know that I'll soak. I'll soak. Because if you don't say anything, it creates a risk of 2 people going to soak, and that's when it gets bad. Perfect. So the collapsing star lasts 25 seconds. You can literally beacon to start it and then beacon to end it. That's so broken. Like, that's actually broken. I haven't really used the B word for anything about Holy Paladin yet. I've said very strong before. But if anything's the B word, it's the 15-second cooldown of beacon. It's like, watch, I'm gonna beacon now. Might have to take a 2-stack here. It's gonna get a little dicey. I'm gonna pop wings here. Should let that last one fade. Okay, I probably did not need to pop wings there, but I just didn't. I mean, I feel like that's as risky as we're gonna see in this fight, right? So I want to kind of start moving out here because I want to soak this first one immediately so that I can avoid this giant overlap. And then now I have much more time to soak these last two. This one is kind of far away, though. But whenever you have an overlap coming up, it's always just best to soak that first stack immediately. Because it really spaces out your time more evenly, like, distributed. Whereas if you waited until after that circle... Oh, God, we both came here. Oh, God. Whew. If we waited to do that, then you would have to soak 3 in very quick succession after the big circles came out. You know what I mean? Whereas here, we're going to have the splinter overlap with it. Have Divine Tool, I have Beacon. Go ahead and move out there because he's about to launch the... Well, I have 4 seconds. I didn't need to move out there just yet, but we have so much time. It's not that deep. But now we soaked some, and then we can just wait these out and then go after to get the third one. Now that that third one's revealed itself, we're good. Alright, beautiful. Druid, you're killing me. Oh my goodness. Brother. Killing me, Smalls. I feel like we just raced boss now, right? Nice. Hey, we get a nice amount of IO from that too. Very nice. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Yeah, I don't mind at all, Mario. If you have more questions, 100%. Like, if something just isn't clicking, 100% ask away. Because Resto Druid really clicked for me this tier. Like, it really all made sense to me, and I was able to kind of blast on it. Let's see. Holy Pally Squad, Batman. Yesterday we did a queue with 4 paladins. I think there must be a bug with sticky targeting that's happened to me a lot lately too. It's so annoying. It like, I'm pretty sure it's default on all of my alts. I just keep forgetting to change it. Let's see. I formed rep with them in Catechism. Need priority? Yes. I don't have, like... I never really do rep grinds. The only rep grind that I'm doing is the Koresh Trust, and it's just for the... what's it called? The Infinite Augment Rune, and I'm only at, like, Renown 12, and I should be at, like, well beyond 18 by now, so... I don't know. Yeah, give me all the paladins. Just the pink squad coming through. Um, I dinged my pally to 3K. Yo, Jay Luna, that's fantastic. That is amazing. Oh, that's awesome. Now I'm working on my priest. Was trying some disc, but felt really meh. Holy felt a little more solid. Not sure if this needs more gear to feel more fun or what. So Void Weaver disc, if that's what you're trying, because I know a lot of people are playing that at the top end. I'm guessing there's a priority. Void Weaver needs a lot of haste. A lot of haste to be able to like just keep slamming those smites when all the damage is coming out, and just keep those health bars going up. You can almost take like any stat spread for Oracle Disc Priest though. Where are we going? Priority. Yeah, disc is a little bit more gear intensive for sure. What an idiot. LOL, you were the first. He had sprint tube. No, I mean, to be fair, there were paladins going in every direction. So you can't blame the druid for just looking around every direction he looked. There was like paladin, paladin, paladin. So he probably just got turned around. There's nothing wrong with that. Learning how to pally and druid heal this season. Monk feeling off for me this season. Maybe it's just my groups though. Monk is, it's definitely different in my opinion. Like you really do have to play around the tier set to get the full value. Also, you can't really just send your Thunderfolk Seed when you're full vitality anymore. You kind of use it as a healing cooldown now. It's different. It's definitely different. But I'm liking it. I've started to do some off keys on my monk a bit. And I had a guildie actually reach out to me, another guildie, who wants to push keys. So I think we're going to I have an evoker friend in my guild, and I have a hunter friend and a warrior friend that all want to push. We're going to see, hopefully we can get the warrior to tank, because he's a really good tank. He's a really good DPS. He's crazy at DPS, so maybe I don't want him to tank. But we could go like Fury Warrior, BM Hunter, that's really good prio damage. And Dev Evoker, which is really good at AoE damage. They might have prio, but all I know is that they have AoE. And then just some tank. We would need a B-res in there somewhere, so probably like a... I don't want to push for the prop paladin. But if Nick wanted to, we could probably reach out to Nick. He's a good tank. He's also having to gear out his paladin because he's having to play paladin for our Nexus King prog. He was going to play as Brewmaster, but then our paladin is on a vacation, so now he has to play paladin. All of them, yeah. Oh, well, hey, if you're learning how to play paladin, I could reach out to my last group and see if anyone wants to help you out. Okay, we're in Priory. I need to focus up, dude. This dungeon is cursed.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Druid is honestly, Druid's a ton of fun. Also, Paladin's been a ton of fun. Still working on getting 3K on my monk, but learning others to be better. Yeah, I definitely think getting like more well-rounded, especially as like Midnight's going to come out in like February-ish. I think it's just good to learn a bunch of different specs at this point, you know. Of course, I get the mark. I'm gonna LOS this shout in 3 seconds. And then I'm gonna walk into a route on purpose. That's the plan. It's a really good plan. I meant to do that, by the way. That was all part of the plan. Really what I'm doing is I'm sandbagging. I'm making these enemies think that I'm really bad. Honestly, I highly recommend. You make the enemies think you're bad, so that they'll start to let up, and then the key gets easier as it goes on. Whereas if you played really well on this first pool, the rest of the dungeon just gets progressively harder because the AI starts to catch on. See, it's all about AI. Alright, just a random... Did I just pull this guy? Who pulled this guy? What the heck? I feel like someone tagged him with like a moonfire and pulled him in. Who could it be? Someone. But here's a character, okay? Just like imagine this person exists, which I could definitely imagine this person exists. It's someone who's deathly afraid of AI taking over. So they right click their arcane intellect buff whenever they have it. So like every time they play with a mage, they just right click the buff because they're afraid of AI. I could see that being a person. I'm that person. Get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I would never right click it. I need it. Oh, some PTD with the druid. Uh, Priory traumatic disorder. Oh my gosh, dude, the druid and priory. I still can't get over that. So cursed. I was watching our videos from last week. I didn't realize how many people we had go AFK in our keys last week. I mean, it was unreal the amounts. And it was like mostly in Priory too. Our next judgment's gonna give us wings. Gotta watch out for the cats. Gotta stack in. Ah, I'm trying to type. I'm not gonna wings here. Efficient communication. Ping them, then arrow yourself. Alright, we're cruising. Do I have freedom? I do. Let's clean this battlefield up a bit. Took a smite, then I immediately got the bleed. Here comes the shout. Oh no, we feared the footman. Okay, I just wasted my defensive. Which kind of makes me nervous for this next pool. But I have wings. I have aura mastery. Saving wings for the mini boss. I will say one thing that I like about Holy Poundin is I feel like I have a lot more freedom of my mouse when I play it as opposed to Mistweaver. Like I feel like Mistweaver I always have to keep my right click held down for movement and stuff because you have to stay on your thing, like your J-Fire stomp. But hey, that's going to be alleviated next tier. That is like one nice thing about Holy Poundin. A Divine Soul and Beacon here. Alright, hey, what's up, Keaton? It's good to see you. How are you doing today? But Golden Path, I know, right? Okay, it's a very tough pool, because if we don't stack, these Lynxes are going to absolutely destroy us. Stack. Don't have too much for this, but it would really be helpful if people would stack in. Now they don't have to, because the cats are dead. Golden Path. Tisk, tisk. Yeah, I'm curious how you're liking Ardruid as well, Red Patch. Alright. We didn't communicate kick, so I'm going to hold mine. I think our kick cycle's really good. This boss always stresses me out, man. Just trying to be like a little late on my kicks, just to guarantee that we don't like overlap with someone. But trying to always get the same one in the cycle. Like this next one is gonna be, I think, Reef Nerd. I'll be here just in case. I sacked the mage because I saw the fireball was going to go off and I saw the spear was going off, so like he was just dead. But well, he did have his literal 70% DR that he didn't press, so that's the thing. But I tried to save him. Oh, that boss is so stressful. Let's see. I experienced those cats for the first time recently. Of course, a hunter wouldn't stack that shit, Chunks. Yeah, it's always a hunter. Always a hunter. What's up, Gumshoe? Farmed rep and Cataclysm is what I mean. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, I haven't done rep farm in a long time. You seen the upcoming healing changes for Midnight? Yes, I have. A really big fan of all of them. I think I saw a video that Jack had made, like, back before I started making YouTube videos. I tuned into a lot more like videos of other content creators and stuff, and he had made a video a long time ago, kind of talking about like how healing used to be basically, and how like it used to take forever to top up a raid, and it was just a lot more fun that way because then like it's not whichever healer pops their cooldown a millisecond before the other one. It's just whoever heals better, whoever does a rotation better, whoever plays better that day. And I've always been jealous of people who played during that time. Because right now, like if your evoker presses engulf the millisecond before you press revival, your revival does like a third of its healing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, granted, they did have to ramp that engulf a bunch, but still. You're the conspiracy that... Oh, crap. I am my worst enemy. I need to stop looking at chat and walking. I need to let go of the W key while I am playing, or while I'm looking at chat. Oh goodness, I had to focus up there. I didn't. Did I say a word? I was thinking. Was I talking? Who knows? Whew. The conspiracy that all the changes are leading to console. Wow, I have not heard that. I don't think it's console. Wow, I really just think. Well, I don't know because I have heard some things about console. Wow, I don't think that any of this has to do with that. I really do think healers are stressful, and in order to learn this game, you have to learn 70 talents on your character first. I really think that's the underlying factor, but console WoW would not be a bad thing. I mean, like Overwatch back in the day went to console as well, and it's worked out. Like there's just a console scene and a non-console scene. Most games are console enabled. Damn. Dang, Reef Nerd. Oh my gosh. Got me. I'm just not going to say anything. I'm going to let the pugs in the group just be like, what the heck just happened? Like, is that Paladin okay? But he said he's going to get the first 5 stack. So this first one we're going to soak like normal. Okay, so now he's going to have 5 soak. So I'm going to Divine Toll for like a burst of healing. I'm not going to Wings this next one because they're all going to be soaked by the same person who's immuning. So we're going to have a lot less damage overall. It's just that the damage that we have is going to be all at once. So I'm going to Beacon plus Divine Toll. Didn't even need Divine Toll. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. I've heard people using the fight against add-on and simplifying classes as evidence of console port. FF14 did it and it went well. See, I don't know how much I would attribute the simplifying of classes to being as much of an argument, but I do agree, like, maybe... No, I'm sorry, I have that backwards. I think the fight against add-ons has just been a thing they've been trying to do because, like, really, high-end rating is kind of boring unless you're a Hall of Fame guild because you really just copy what the top guilds do. Like, my guild, like, we legit just watch a tactics guide and just do what he says. You know what I mean? So and do what the weak aura tells us. Like, Fractalus is such a cool boss, and imagine how fun Fractalus would be if weak auras just didn't play the game for you. But like, yeah, even mythic rating, we just do what the weak aura tells us to do, and it's very lame. I guess I can soak this maybe. I've never done this before, so I hope I'm doing it right. Can I stand in that? Oh, my bubble ended. Popped it too early. I've never done that before. I feel so useful. Oh god, don't die after saying that. That would be funny. Saying I feel so useful, then dying immediately. But I've never, like, bubble soaked it. Oh, goodness. Can't wait for LFG to say no console tanks. Oh, God. You know, it's going to be no console, no Ragnaros, no Azralon. People are so annoying. There's literally a Frost Mage player who's fantastic at the game. Maybe you guys know him. He's a streamer. He plays with controller, and he, like, literally RPs as he plays, and he's a very good player. Like, he's better than most of my pugs. So the fact that people are going to be, like, super, like elitist over people playing on console is so stupid. I, like, legit, whenever I played Smite on PC, we would get, like, some console pros in our games, and they would pub stomp us. Like, they would absolutely pub stomp us, because you can be good on a PC. Yes, you're limited in, like, how, you know, how quickly you can turn around and stuff, but, like, it's fine. Like, I feel like people are going to make such a big deal about it, and it's not that deep. Also, it's 2025. If they do add in a console WoW, realistically, how many people are going to start playing console WoW? Maybe some returning players, okay? Maybe some, like, old players who stopped playing WoW because their arthritis kicked in. Yeah, me. You know, some people that stopped playing, like, back in 2012 because their hands were hurting. And now that they can play on their, like, Switch 2, that their high-paying engineering job paid for, they might start playing again. Like, I feel like that's a very real possibility. But even then, that's someone who has played before. But I doubt, like, some kid who gets a Nintendo Switch 2 for Christmas is going to download World of Warcraft, right? Like, that, I just don't see that happening. I'd love to be wrong, but I just don't see that happening. Man, sometimes I just go on rants. It's like the more difficult the pools are, the more I just go on a rant. I think that's how I distract myself and I actually play well. It's like when people say that you should chew gum during a standardized test, because it'll, like, distract your brain so you can focus or something. It's like me just yapping about some conspiracy while I play. No, the Templar. Just got done with your Mistweaver video for Midnight, and hot damn, they made Mistweaver cool as hell. That's what I'm saying. I feel like there were some comments on that video that were like, dude, they're ruining Mistweaver. And, like, I get it, they're changing Mistweaver, but I think these changes are fantastic. Like, I didn't read one change that can at least be argued to be a positive. You know what I mean? I think every change that they're bringing in Midnight is controversial at best, you know what I mean, or at worst. Like, I think it's good or arguably good. You've seen people saying they're quitting because of the changes? Who? What changes are making people quit? Just because they're adding some favorability to, or not adding and not favorability, but they're giving a talent that's usable by caster monks? Is that it? What are your thoughts on Ardred losing Skull Bash? Are they? Are they really? Like, straight up losing it, no replacement, like they don't get Solar Beam or anything? Oh, I'm dead here? I'm dead here. Think of Fire Volley. Why did I release? I am actually made of Legos. It's not even funny. How are you feeling about the proposed Mistweaver changes? I definitely think there's, like, a lot of stuff that's going to take a lot of adjusting. Like, I definitely think that, like, the option to play a Yulon build and raid without Vivify is very interesting. Like, very, very interesting, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. However, I don't. It's nothing that I'm like dooming about. I definitely don't think there's anything worth dooming about. It's just gonna take some adjusting and seeing how it actually plays. I'm gonna lay on hands that guy just in case that cast goes off. Why did we lust? We said we were gonna lust. I'm gonna ping the mage. I'm falling behind quick, mage, please. I should have 5 million HPS. Whew. Why didn't we lust? We said we were gonna lust. Killing me. I hate the changes coming to healing. If I wanted to face roll, I'd tank or... Oh, I don't see what... So what is making it face roll, in your opinion? I don't see what's making it face roll. I really think that, like... If you go back and watch some old school gameplay, it really is just, like... Healers felt more necessary. Like, for example, if my DH gets hit with a bolt, they can just leech back all that damage within a second, you know? Whereas, like, old school, you'd have to cast, like, a flash shield and a flash heal into him to heal him up. And you felt more required. And, like, this is just, like, a small example, but, like, expand it to a raid. And that's kind of what I'm more so talking about. But those bolts are going to come less frequently. Especially because they're also turning down, like, UI capabilities and stuff. Alright, I'm going to focus up for this boss because I know the moment I look at chat, I'm going to stand in something. I'm going to focus up just for this last bit of percent. By the way, I saw that the boss was at 69% and made the conscious decision not to say 69 there. And then now me explaining it kind of negates everything that I went for. Okay, I have wings. Ah! Run! Is Fist Weaving dead at midnight? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If anything, they're just taking J-Fire Stomp out of the rotation so you just get to punch and kick more often. Hey, 2932! 2932, we are so close, dude. We are what key away? I need to trade my key in.
Looking for someplace new to explore?
Ooh, someone got a trinket? Nee. Yes, trade in our key.
Don't forget to repair your gear.
Ooh, I don't even know if I. Okay, Reef Nerd. I see you. Okay, let's see. They're buffing interrupts to across the board. Yeah, so they're changing interrupts from 3 to 5 seconds, which is great. I think that's amazing, especially because the game has felt like it's lacking something, like some power in our stops, since they made that stop change. Ugh, gotta redeem a stretch on myself. Oh, I still need to refund Ceiling Panda and Brother Bear from yesterday's points. Ah. All right. Let's pour it out. We are 70 IO away. Um, I don't know how people are forming these opinions when we haven't even seen gameplay. Yeah, me too. I'm like, I don't know. I just like I feel like it's so easy to be like, oh my gosh, they because people did the same exact thing when Essence Font was removed. Look, I'm a fan. I think Essence Font was a very cool ability, but I definitely do think the spec as a whole was much more healthy after Essence Font got removed. I'll go back and watch some of my old gameplay, and it was just so clunky, like such an unnecessary button, and it really limited what our mastery could do. Same with Jade Firestorm. I think like yes, it's a very pretty button. Yes, it's been cool. It's been fun to play with, and it does enable a lot of our power right now. But what if I told you that you could have that power without needing Jade Firestorm? That's kind of what we're going into. So I think that's great. So Fist Weaving is still going to be fantastic in Mythic Plus. Also, I definitely think that there is going to be some cool play with. You're going to be able to take Jade Empowerment and Dance of Chi-Ji in keys, which is going to be amazing. So no, I definitely don't think it's dead. Also, your Chi-Ji can be more bursty if you need it to be. It'll just cost more mana. All I'm seeing on YouTube is that Mistweaver is dead. See, I haven't seen any. I mean, I don't pay attention to any of the community saying it's dead, but I don't know why people are saying it's dead. What changes are leading people to think it's dead? I think now like the casual player base that enjoys Caster Monk is getting a new tool. I think the hardcore, the majority of the players that are playing Fist Weaving get a new tool. I think that's fine. I do think that we're taking a step in the wrong direction, though, going back to a Soothing Mist Raid build, for sure. But it's not that Mistweaver's dead at all. They removed the square root scaling from Invigorating Mist. We should be happy. Meg said that if she has to be a caster monk, she'll go tank. I mean, I wouldn't blame her. Like she's played Mistweaver since it came out, right? Like she's the one person that's been title Mistweaver since it's been a thing, right? So like I get that. I don't think she'll have to be caster though. I really don't think so. Like we're gonna have to get into dungeon testing and stuff. But I doubt like what talent would make caster be that strong. You know what I mean? Like, would caster be able to do as much damage and throughput in a Mythic Plus environment? Is she like I don't like I get it. I get it's a worry when they start introducing new talents and stuff that kind of play toward caster, but I don't think it's. Whoa! It didn't even notify me. Whoa, GRD, what's good, man? Also, dude, that emo is sick. Spirit 540 Pedro, I love it. Is that just a raccoon dancing? I love it. That's awesome. She has to go caster monk. She'll go tank. I mean, I've heard she's like really good at Windwalker though, right? Am I wrong there? But tanking's fun. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna make my son tank and my daughter heal on the Nintendo Switch. I can finally play the game. Oh goodness. I hate the changes coming to healing. If I want to, oh, I already read that. Dude, they completely gutted healing. I main both restos and they've changed so much. They haven't gutted it. The thing is like, I think the part of the reason why people are panicking is because they're seeing all the changes to healing, but they also told us that they're changing the way the game works too. So like, they're changing healing to make it slow, like a slower pace, but they're also going to make like casts happen less often with the kick change. They're going to make like boss mechanics less frequent so that they can compensate for the less add-on usage. So yes, healing's changing, but so is the game. Like it's gonna balance out. Like it's gonna be fine. There's no reason to doom, I think, for sure. But thank you for the Prime sub, GRD. The goat. Did you just send us on a hype train with one sub? That's crazy. The amount of aura, the amount of power. that you have is unmatched. She always says she hates brew. I also hate brew. I started liking brew back in like Shadowlands. Um, I cannot play brewmaster. Like when I did my all the tanks thing where I was playing the tanks to tens. Um, I had to play Guardian Druid. I can't stand brewmaster. It's just not fun. In my opinion, I think it's just not fun. Either that or I'm not good at it, and it's probably both. LB making progress on my own 3K healer RAO journey as well. Thanks for the inspiration. Absolutely, GRD. I'm glad to hear it, and hopefully you're feeling fulfilled on all the healers because it's a good season to heal. A very fun season to heal. Did I trade in my key, by the way? Or did I forget? Also, I guess I didn't need the signet. Floodgate. I don't need Floodgate. We need an Arakara. We can start getting some... Look, we've timed some 12s with so much time that we gain bonus rating. But I definitely think that's not like a bad reaction. I think like if they were to make it full on like, hey, the most optimal build in all forms of contents caster, then I think, yeah, there's definitely justified reason for uproar for long-standing Mistweaver players who like me. I started playing this spec because I love Ancient Teachings. Like that legendary is what got me into this spec. So if they were to change that, I think I probably, if I only got to cast, I probably would make this an alt, if I'm being honest. I don't think I would enjoy casting keys for a whole season. I think caster Mistweaver is very fun to do, like, when I'm bored. Or when I just want to see if I can push some limits and some weird builds. Like, for me, it's like a Nuzlocke. But if Pokemon were only Nuzlocks, at that point, we're not playing Pokemon, we're playing Dark Souls. You know what I mean? So it's like I'll do a Nuzlocke every now and then, but like I kind of sometimes I just want to go and catch them all. You know, I just want to play Mistweaver, and then I don't know. That's a weird analogy, but hopefully someone understood it. But I definitely see if that's a concern. I definitely see where it's coming from. But you know, I hope they don't make it all caster all the time. I hope that I'm fine with it being 50-50. If you could play caster in high-end keys or you could play Fistweaver in keys, I think that's totally fine. I think that's great, actually. In fact, I've been saying they should just split the spec into 2 specs and call it a day so that everyone's happy. I've been saying that for a long time now, and I don't know how good that would be, but at least it sounds good, right? But I definitely don't. I hope they don't make it all caster, and I hope she doesn't quit. I think she's got, I think Meg's got the achievement of being the only Mistweaver to have. I'm pretty sure someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but she's the only Mistweaver that's gotten title every season since title's been a thing, or since mop's been a thing, or something. I think I've seen that stat somewhere, and that is like unreal. Like that's like like amazing. So I really hope they don't do that. I hope she doesn't swap for that reason. Not alone, but I think she's a good voice in the community. All right, we need an Arakara. We are 68 points away. And Arakara 13 is not going to get us there, but it's going to get us close. We're probably about, I would say, like 3 keys away. You agree with that? I feel like this dungeon... Oh, what did I say? I feel like this is a problem with the community in general. If casting is 0.5% stronger, then you're not allowed to play Fistweaver. That is something that was, for me personally, a rude awakening coming to WoW. If y'all have followed me since I made my channel, the reason, like, why I'm kind of memed on a lot is because back in the day I used to make a bunch of videos like, oh, look at this build, it's so good. Because when the old game that I played was Smite, and that's the kind of videos that people make, is they'd be like, check out this fun build, like. So I started doing those videos here, and that's just not how WoW works. You can't say this is the right build if you have one talent that's not 0.1% above the rest, So I had to learn that the hard way. Still kind of being punished for it, but that's just the way WoW works, I guess. People just, you're only encouraged to play the most optimal, and that's fine, I guess, but that's why, like, I always, whenever I make a more casual build video, I always flag it so hard. Like, I'll be like, this is casual build, don't take it seriously. Like, I'm not recommending you play this. I just think it's fun. Had to learn Resto Druid and Holy Paladin from scratch, but picked the pace up relatively fast. I think Resto Druid is definitely it takes a second to kind of understand the mastery and how to ramp with it. But then once you get it down, it's really good. And regrowth is just so strong. It's easy to like hard carry. Um, but Holy Paladin's pretty whack-a-mole. It's pretty chill. I feel like Holy Power is like weird to get used to. But like I'm not, I don't even look at my Holy Power number anymore. I kind of just feel it out, like how many I think I have. Last time asked me to download the Raider IO app, and you showed me the Raider IO app, and I could see all your healer progress, but for me it shows all progress, not just healers. How did you do that? I don't know. So Raider IO app for me, for some reason, hasn't been showing my warrior, but it shows my DH. So I don't even know how it really works. I just kind of downloaded the app and it was working for me. But I need to go over here. Oh, I changed my login information. So I'm not going to pull it up yet because I'll have to type in my login information just for security's sake. But let's see. Gumshoe said, right, but I don't like that. I enjoy the complexity and intense nature of healing. That's why it's exciting. I mean, I did too until now. I'm literally sitting here talking to you guys and my chest hurts. Like I have pain from all the stress of healing over the years. Like it's one of those things that like you and I can enjoy how fast and complex healing is, but at the end of the day, if we want to be able to enjoy this game 10 years down the road, it can't keep getting more complicated. It can't. Like you're going to create a bottleneck of information and no new players are going to want to come in and imagine if you what's a good example? Hmm. Like imagine if you go to the store and you're like, I need to buy a kitchen table. And the store's like, okay, this is a horrible example. We have two kitchen tables for you. We have this one that costs $15 and this one that costs $60. You're like, okay, cool. What's the catch? They're the same table. Well, they're slightly different, but they're roughly the same. They're functionally the same. They're like, well, in order to use this $15 table, you're gonna need to read this 10,000 page booklet. Not 10,000, I guess, 600-page booklet first in order to be able to buy it. But this one, you just need to read like a 3-page booklet. And you're like, okay, would I spend $45 for a lower entry cost of knowledge, or would I, you know what I mean? It's like, that's a horrible, why would you need to read a booklet for a table? I don't know, but just like, a freaking TV, sure. A home audio system, something. It's like would they want to pay $15 a month for WoW, but they'll have to like literally read the Plexicon, you know what I mean? Or whatever it's called, to be able to play it? Or would they rather just buy a $60 PvP game and just, bash their head against the other teammates for hours on end? I think most people would choose the other one. So I think that's what they're doing. They're just trying to get new players in. I think more people leave this game than come into it. Maybe that's not, I don't have any numbers to back that up, so maybe I shouldn't make that claim, but I think that's the fear, is that it's going to trend in that direction. Respectfully disagreeing, I think that's totally fine. Stopped playing in Cataclysm and came back Season 1 War Within. I love how you said Season 1 World War 1. Needless to say, it changed a lot and way more complicated. Got my R Shaman back to 3.5k last season, all pugs, but I understand your point. Yeah, I think it's not for us. Like, for me, I like healing being very complex, and it still will be extremely complex. It's just, it's not that it's going to get simpler. It's not. You're still going to need to top everyone up before the next damage mechanic. It's just that your heals are probably going to do a little less healing, and the next damage mechanic is going to come in less time. So you're going to have to still execute your rotation perfectly to get them all topped up in time. But, like, that's the direction that people are arguing it should trend in. But when you could just, like, when you basically you have one big slam of damage, you have to Shaylins everyone to full health, and then cast Revival 2, and then the next big slam of damage is followed by pulsing damage, like, immediately after, like, the third boss, or the second boss of Dawnbreaker, for example. Like, I don't know. At that point, it's just like, come on, man. Just make my Revival do less healing. Make that do less damage. I don't know. Keaton says, as a new healer, I agree. It's been a really tough role to learn. And that's kind of like a big thing, too, is like, no one really wants to learn healing. People just like healing for like a lot of people who heal. You could probably think back to like all the guilds you've seen or been a part of. A lot of the people who heal because they get to heal. Like me, whenever I play Overwatch, I play a healer. Whenever I play Smite, I'll load him to one of the healers. Like I am a healer. I enjoy playing healing in video games. I I do think that WoW has the best version of healing, but I do think that it is very stressful and it can be toggled a bit down. But like I said, Gumshoe, I think it's totally fine to get backlash because I don't think there is a right answer. You can't please a crowd, you know. You can just please members of it. All right, I can yap all day. Marie, it's good to see you. On your Paladin, I see yes, we are very close to 3K on the Paladin. 70 IO away. Maybe like, I'd like to say 2 13s, but realistically 3 13s away. Maybe even 4. What's up, Rice Bar? It's good to see you too. Very good to see you, Rice Bar. Shaman's 2840, Prez is 2670, and Priest 2440. The rest is all a little... Okay. Shaman, Prez, and Priest. Hey, our Prezes are like literally the same IO. Pretty sure mine is literally 2670. That's funny. But I see you like your Lust classes. You like Lust and PI. Alright, Arakara, City of Echoes. Let me in. Is this completion, I'm guessing? The learning curve goes... the learning curve does keep me invested, though, TBH. I've just discovered that ramping feels good. I think there's just, like, no way to correctly do a learning curve. Like, I do think that... Oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I think making the lower end of the learning curve, like making the entry level low to make it easy and forgiving to get into healing is good. But... I don't know. I see. The thing is, like, the question is, like, what would you do in a dev position? I have no idea. So I think the devs have made some fantastic decisions. They've also made some bad decisions in the past, and they fixed them. So it's like, I have full faith, you know? And honestly, if the monk community really hates, like, that there's caster talents that exist and that the new Soothing Mist thing exists, which I guess that's probably the most annoying thing, is that if you're playing Chi-Ji in Mythic Plus and you get your proc, you'll have to Soothing Mist to use. I see that now. I definitely see that now. Which is lame. Lame if you're trying to keep the flow of Fistweaver going. I don't know what it is, but I struggle with Halls of Atonement. First big pull on Prez. Ooh, interesting. I will say as Prez, like, since you have a long cooldown kick, I kind of tend to save my kick for Loyal Beasts. On that pull, if your tank pulls in the Hunter. So that kind of helped me, is I'd kind of just let them all kick the... And I'll type it before the key. I'll say, hey, I'll kick the Hunter. Y'all kick the bolts. And that made less bolts go off. But for the first Thrash, I tend to use... Like, I'll press Stasis, Temporal Anomaly, Verdant Embrace, Spirit Bloom, and then followed by Dream Breath. That kind of heals the first one. And then you have a stasis stored up for the second one, and then if the third one happens, you can, like, rewind it, you know? Reef Nerd said, I actually like the changes to Mistweaver, was actually considering maining it next season. I think they're very fantastic. I think a lot of the concern is probably with all the Soothing Mist stuff, like the 3 extra nodes that you get that they all have to do with you have to press Soothing Mist. If that happened automatically, I feel like a lot of those concerns would be dispelled. Right? Like if the moment you get that proc, it just shoots out Soothing Mist from you. And then that way you don't have to click the button Soothing Mist to start that channel. That would be a lot better, I think, and a lot more widely received by people who like have been playing Fistweaver for a long time. And of course, I'm using the Fistweaver term just for, you know, the traditional Chi-Ji build that we play. Not like all these hybrid style things. I think Monk is good. I've done a 10 with 99% base rotation, but then there's plenty of complexity to get into. Yeah, the reason why I think a lot of people like Monk at the start, Like a lot of people will, you'll see if you go into LFR, most of the healers, like almost all of the healers, will be Mistweavers. I'm not even kidding. This always happens. Ooh, we're in a key. Ooh, it's a 14. Yo. But if you go into like LFR or like normal raids, a lot. He invited me, then left. No, I got excited. But a lot of the. So he's making it a 12. But a lot of the healers are 13 or are 13s, are Mistweavers at the like lower end. And then once you start to have to kind of like learn the complexity of Mistweaver, that's when a lot of people like swap off of it and go to a different spec, right? Like not there aren't that many like veteran Mistweaver players. Those that are cracked at the game. Like, you know, if you invest the time that to really learn the ins and outs of Mistweaver, it has a lot of potential, obviously, and that's why like I don't know, the percentiles are so skewed on the spec compared to others because I think the curve is very steep. Oh man, Arakara, let me in. Is the Soothing Mist change not similar to what you suggested in the Mistweaver Sham video, Radiance for Mistweaver? No, because it's not going to create an actual Soothing Mist. Like, it will create an actual Soothing Mist, but, you know, if I Soothing Mist you and I Enveloping Mist you, you get the Enveloping Mist. But if I have Unison talented, where my Soothing Mist will hit you and another person at reduced effectiveness, and I Enveloping Mist you, still only you will get Enveloping Mist. So I'm pretty sure the way this is going to work, I haven't seen gameplay of it, and I don't know if there's gameplay even accessible of it. I'm not alpha included. I think if I get that proc and I Soothing Mist you and 5 Soothing Mist go out to the whole party, and I Enveloping Mist you, only you get Enveloping Mist. I'm pretty sure if I had to guess, that's how it worked. But once again, I'm saying this without having seen it. That's just how it's worded in such a way that they typically word things that behave in that way. So no, it's not exactly like I said. The way I'm kind of envisioning it is, you know how like if you have a Serpent Jade statue down and you like Soothing Mist someone and then immediately move to cancel your own Soothing Mist, that statue will stay tethered to the person and keep that Soothing Mist from the statue on them. Um, then I think it's similar, but I think what's really cool and what I think a lot of people don't think is cool is that you have that talent now that replaces Summon Jerpent statue. We're just gonna go with it. Summon Jerpent statue, where whenever you press Thunder Focus Tea, it just puts down a statue. So you also, whenever you press Thunder Focus Tea, you get a guaranteed proc of that like Soothing Mist AOE thing. So you can press Soothing Mist or Thunder Focus Tea. It'll summon a statue for you. Then you Soothing Mist 5 people. That statue will duplicate at least one of those Soothing Mists. Summon Jerpent. We're going with it. We are going with it. Which I think my take is like, look, if they're adding in these 3 extra talent nodes, they should be talent nodes that you can play in any form of content. And I don't think that a Chi-Ji Mythic Plus player wants to ever feel like they need to press Soothing Mist. Like, it should be a panic scenario thing, not a rotational thing. So I think if, you know, it's not too late. I definitely think I would like those to be a talent. I don't think they should be a talent. They should definitely be a choice node. They should be something that, like, because basically if you're like a Chi-Ji player coming in to Mythic Plus, you're not really getting anything new other than the fact that you get, like, you don't have to press Shadefire Stomp and you get Jade Empowerment and Dance of Chi-Ji at the same time. But really, you're just playing like a season 3 again of the War Within. Whereas if you're a caster player, you're getting a ton, like, you know. But I really think all of this would be alleviated if they made what's the new talent called? I can't even think of what it's called. But if they made the new talent a node on our actual Mistweaver tree that branches off, like say that it replaces the T nodes, you know, like something like that. And then that way, like Chi players don't have to take that talent, and they feel like they never have to press Thunder or Soothing Mist. However, I'm gonna put the twins in bed. Oh, dude, how old are your twins, by the way? If you're still here, that is so cute. I remember when you were having those twins. That's awesome. That's so cool, dude. I'm gonna hit the hay yourself. Wish I could stay longer. No worries, GRD. Appreciate you stopping in. You have a great rest of your night and enjoy the time with the fam. Yeah, I think I now that I've thought about it, I guess I could definitely understand where people are coming from with how it's annoying. 1 month and 2 weeks now, dude. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's amazing. But yeah, go enjoy your night. Hopefully they go to bed quick. I've heard things that like twins are hard to put to bed because they like keep each other up and stuff. So hopefully there's no shenanigans going on there. Oh man, where's this Arakara? That's all we need. Would love to get into this 13. I guess we can just look for other 13s. Like Ecodome, we could do like a 14 of, so I'm not going to look for an Ecodome. Well, screw it. But yeah, like I said, I'm not dooming about Mistweaver. I think it's going to be fine. But I do see why they're upset. I definitely see why people are upset, for sure. You as well, GRD. You as well. And also, like I said, like, people like Meg, like, she just has a lot more time on Mistweaver as me, so she's like it's even more second nature for her to play as we play, you know. So it's got to be weird when they make you have to interrupt your rotation of Soothing Mist. And it's like, yeah, they're removing Jadefire from the rotation, which is good, but then they're kind of adding in Soothing Mist. It's like I don't know. I guess that is kind of annoying. So I definitely see where they're coming from. 100%. I don't know why I said that. But at this point, I am just yapping trying to get into a key. Oh, man. But I'll be real with you guys. If I'm playing Monk next tier in Raid, I am 100% just forcing Chi because I'm just not having fun with the same Yulon build. And honestly, my hands really just can't keep up if I'm being totally real. So I'm down to settle with like 80 parses if it means that I don't disintegrate my hands every time I log in. Oh man, this hoodie is like one of my warmest hoodies. I never really wear it. Also, I have such a bad calic in my hair now that I'm looking in the thing. Since my hair is short, my calic just sticks straight up. It's like this. I have like a crown, so don't look at that. No looking. Interesting changes for Mistweaver to BH, but man, Soothing IDK just doesn't feel nice for us. I definitely agree. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, when you play a Soothing Mist build, obviously it's amazing. Like, if you were to play a caster build, it's a lot of fun. But if you're someone who just doesn't enjoy caster build, which there are plenty of people that don't, and that's fine, then it's horrible. Like, it's really, like, it's immersion breaking. I've said, what was it in the past that I said was immersion breaking? I said something was in the past. See, like, Keaton, I also like Soothing Mist, but I don't like Soothing Mist when I'm trying to play a Chi build. Like, I love to show up to a dungeon playing a Soothing Mist Yulon build. Like, there's nothing more fun, right? But I can't do it all the time or I'll get bored with it. And I don't like playing like a Tear of Morning style Chi build. And I think that's the big thing. Is like, we don't want this hybrid. We want the best of both worlds. We don't want this hybrid mush. You know what I mean? Which I really think the perma fix, if they were really trying to permanently fix it, is in the long run, I've said this forever, and I know there's a lot more that goes into it, but if they just made a Fistweaver spec and a Mistweaver spec, and then I struggle to see how that could be a bad thing, right? Like, people who want to Fistweave would just spec into Fistweaving, and then they would have a full talent tree available to them. There would be no casting nonsense on it, right? And then people that want to Mistweave would have full Mistweaving privileges. Like, I don't see how that could go wrong, but I've heard people don't like that idea, and I'm sure there's an argument against it. I just haven't heard it yet, but I don't know. That's just my take. Ooh. Sorry, I'm having to like take some deep breaths, so I'm kind of getting quiet for a bit, but I'm trying to just focus on my breathing for a bit. What dungeon was this? I think this is Gambit. We're just gonna port to Gambit and hope that I'm right. But when then I play Whispering Wave Shaman and Raid and have a blast, maybe I'm the target audience for simplification. Yeah, I think you are, because I'll talk to Shamrock, who's one of my guildies, and he hates Whispering Waves because he's such a mechanically gifted shaman player. Like he is, I would argue he is the best shaman player in the world. Like, and you can't change my mind. Well, the best PVE shaman player. I don't know. I bet he'd be cracked at PvP too. But I think he is the best PvE shaman player. So the fact that he has to play this super simple build is frustrating to him for sure. Like I know it is. I thought maybe Tiger Palm gets something interesting. Yeah, I mean with Master of Harmony, it's hard for it too. My thoughts are the three talent nodes, unless they've spoiled them while I was asleep, the three extra talents that are coming to the Master of Harmony build, I think are going to make Tiger Palm castable at range. If I had to guess, that's just how things are looking. Because then you could play Master of Harmony and use the new talent. I think they're going to bake in the tier set plus a talent that makes Tiger Palm castable from afar. If I had to guess, so like they're going to bake in current Master of Harmony's tier set plus that talent. But I'm probably wrong in that. And if they do that, then I think there's going to be a big uproar. But really, that would just give caster players an ability to utilize it, right, without having to stand in melee. I don't know. I think it's definitely. Sorry, I'm just like staring into space, thinking. It's one of those things that I think people are very doom about, and rightfully so. You definitely should be concerned about like the state of your spec, and I think it's good to be vocal. I think it's great that people are being vocal, but also as players, um, it's not this. So the warrior said BRB, and then the tank said, "I'm good, see ya." What the heck? Didn't want to wait for the guy to step away. But as players, I think it's way too early to say like I'm not gonna play this spec, all this stuff. What a life being so good at something it's boring. I don't think I've got that with anything. Maybe making bread, pretty good at that. I'll be real. There are some things that I'm so good at, it's getting boring. Cleaning the house, okay? Taking out the trash, doing dishes. I'm so good at them, they're getting boring. Honestly, though, I'm really good at cooking. I kind of think, like, in a different life, if I would have gone to culinary school, I'd be so happy. But also, I've heard that being a chef is, like, super stressful. And I've seen the show Bear, or I started watching Bear, and it looks so stressful. So maybe not. Maybe it's good that I'm not. But then again, I'm a healer in World of Warcraft, so it's not much different. I feel like I have, like, 10 chefs yelling at me in a key, you know? What are the things that I'm best at? I don't even think Mistweaver's one of them. I think I'm very good at Mistweaver, but I don't think it's one of my best things. Hmm. Like I'm really good at uh like board games and card games, or you like have to solve some kind of mystery or something, like those kinds of things. It's one of those things where like if I ever play like Avalon, or one of those where, like one person's secretly the bad guy and stuff, um, like everyone always kills me off first because I'm good at, I guess I'm good at lying. I mean, which isn't a good thing, but pretty good at riding a motorcycle, but not to the point it's boring. I feel like how could riding a motorcycle be boring? Every time I was literally driving down the road the other day and I saw this dude just driving his motorcycle like shirtless, and I was like, that's gotta feel great. Like I'm not even gonna. You can't even point at him and laugh because he probably feels much better about life than I do. You know what I mean? Like he's riding a motorcycle on the highway without a shirt on, and that's probably the best feeling anyone's ever felt. That's good. As long as you're safe. My dad rides a motorcycle and he stresses me out. I mean, I don't really talk to him all that much, but it's still one of those things. I'm like, I hope he's being safe. Because also my grandfather had a motorcycle accident too, which is kind of I think that's kind of the root of my fear of motorcycles and stuff. Doesn't even let you ride without socks on. Well, that's good. Your anxiety is doing good for you, Keaton. Gotta stay safe. And socks are important. If you don't wear socks, Zalatath will get you, and that's a fact. In fact, no comment. We don't talk about feet on this stream. Not since the Great War. All right, where are the tanks, man? I just want to beat up Celia. Honestly, I would take this guy at this point. Oh, deep breaths. Deep breaths. I don't know. Look, if I swap mains and Mistweaver, it has nothing to do with Mistweaver. It's just that I think it's healthy to swap every now and then. I've never really swapped main. I swapped from Resto Druid to Mistweaver, and since then I've been on it. But I've even noticed, like, I don't know. I don't know. If I swap, it has nothing to do with me not enjoying it. It's just, it would be for, like, something new and for, like, a slower paced spec for my hands, basically. What am I good at? I'm really good at Magic the Gathering, okay? But I feel like it's not really a big skill. What did you say, Mark? You said at gat? At gat? I ride a motorcycle too? Oh no, be safe. Be safe. Hey, honestly, if y'all live close, y'all could meet up and go on rides together. We could just become a biker stream. If what if like all of my viewers just happen to be bikers, and then like that's just a thing, you know? It'd be fun. Kind of on that same token, or on that same note, my raid leader was saying like they were kind of reminiscing about times that everyone in the raid had met up because my guild is a long-standing guild. Like they've all known each other for a while, and a lot of them actually are like IRL friends, like from different little cliques, you know, that kind of just met up and made a guild. But like every time that one of them has a wedding, you know, like a couple of them will go and stuff. But I've never like met any of them because I'm pretty new to the guild. But they were talking about like what if we did like an IRL meeting like once a year or something, and I think that would be so much fun. But the thing is you know I always say it on stream, and it's so true. Like I'm very like I'm not good in social interactions at all. Like I really struggle with that. So I feel like if I were to meet up with them, I would just be like the quiet one in the corner, you know. And like I think there are some people in the guild who I have an easy time talking to on Discord and stuff, like Nick, who's in chat all the time, Rob, who's in chat all the time. Like I have a lot of people who I would say like I am closer to that, you know, like if we were to do a meetup, we would probably all sit at the same table, but I just don't think I'd be able to talk at all, like at all. My whole family are bikers, grew up in bike clubs, really. I know, not my family, but like one of my uncles was like in that for a long time, so. Gumshoe said, I have a motorcycle, let's go. Okay, y'all get together and just ride. Like, honestly, you can name like a bike club like after the stream. I don't know, you can call it LB. Y'all can call it Little Bikes. Little Bikes. Let's bike. Something with bikes. The B is free. LB. Let's go biking. Is that not perfect? We finally found it. What does the LB stand for? Let's go biking. Factor's the same way. It's so bad. Like, so I used to be like, I don't even remember, but like coming out of high school into college, I got like a very bad brain injury, and I had to like kind of practice talking. Like really had to practice talking. I had to stop playing video games for like a whole year, and the doctor was trying to help me find like different hobbies that will like use my brain other than me just like sitting there. And I tried reading, and that was way too hard. I couldn't like I could the words jumped all over the page and stuff. So then that was when me and one of my friends, we started to play the Naruto card game, which I actually have some Naruto cards sitting here, which I found the other day in my basement. But the Naruto card game, okay, this is so cool. I found some of my old cards, Naruto, um, and literally we started playing this game as they discontinued it. So we started playing Magic instead. We wish we liked Naruto more, but then we were like, well, everyone's playing Magic, let's try it, and we loved it. And then I told the doctor, well, I've kind of started to get into this card game called Magic, and I showed him like pictures and how it works, and he was like, that is like the perfect hobby, because one, it was helping me practice my speech, which was really important because they were concerned that I was going to lose like the ability to properly form words and stuff. And two, it was giving me social interaction. I think that's one that I just said. But two, it forces you to kind of think through like complex like branching, uh there's like a lot of game theory in it. So it's like it forces you to think through multiple outcomes and stuff. So that really was like straight up how I retrained my brain to think. What's up, Hunter? Good to see you. Hey, Hunter, do you happen to ride a motorcycle? Because apparently everyone in chat does. 100% the same, and it's so frustrating. People I've known for years, I'll meet up with and suddenly feel awkward as... Yeah. One of my best friend, I literally lived with him through high school. When my family moved away and I stayed in our hometown to finish high school. And he's coming back into town this weekend. And he's like, do you want to go to this concert with me? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. But then the moment I get with him, he's like, so what have you been up to? And I'm like, playing WoW? I'm so boring. And it's already so hard for me to talk, But I'm like, why don't I have a fun story? Like, I kind of just want to give me some story. Like, literally come up with a story that I can say that I did. Like, so I went rock climbing, okay? And then my hand slipped. But just as my hand slipped, a baby deer fell off the top of the mountain and my hand accidentally caught it. It just landed there. Like, why can't interesting stuff happen to you while you sit at your desk and do nothing all day? Is that too much to ask? Really? So this is a 13. Well, actually, I have to think during the key. What happened to yo nugget? My nugget? Do you mean my head? Is nugget my head? That's a fun way to say your head. But yeah, the whole point of bringing that up is ever since then, like, social interactions have not been the same. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just so hard to do. Like, it's just so hard to do. Oh shit, we're playing WoW? I'd almost forgotten. I know, right? I totally forgot I was in a queue. I was just sitting there talking. Honestly, that was a fun conversation. I was having fun just talking to you guys. That story you just told was one, so... Yeah, but you know what sucks? Is that I literally lived with him while that happened. So I can't really use that story. Oh, that's so funny. I love how, like, the one interesting thing that's happened to me in my life, I was literally living with him, Oh, gosh. That's good. But by the way, this is totally off topic, but kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier, I feel like some people, if I were to swap, which I'm not saying I'm going to swap, I'm just saying if I were to ever swap off of Mistweaver, I feel like a lot of people would be like sad to see me swap. But I just have to let you know that if I ever swap to specifically Holy Paladin as my main, the best video I ever will make will be made. Like, it will be made. You used to drive off-road only. Okay, so an off-road biker. Do y'all consider each other the same? Like, y'all consider all of you bikers, like, or do you consider those completely different? Are y'all, like, feuding, like, us on-road versus off-road bikers, we can't go to the same place or we'll fight, I don't know. You can tell I don't know anything about this world, but... if it's not the World of Warcraft, I know nothing about it. Whoa. Enemy? Y'all are enemies. Okay, so street bikes and off-road bikes are sworn enemies. Good to know. The only thing that I know about bike clubs is from the SpongeBob movie, and that's a fact. We're gonna sack the shaman because those bolts were coming to him. It didn't matter. I saw both those fishmancers way over here casting on the shaman, and saw that death coming from literally a mile away. But there was nary a thing I could do. I did sack him though. My sack went off. It was not enough because it was the same tide as that stomp, or same time as that stomp. But you know, I've mentioned this a couple times on stream, but I'll use now since I kind of brought it up to mention it again. The main reason why I started a YouTube channel, other than the fact that I was just passionate about the game that I was playing, was that I was having trouble speaking. I was really having trouble speaking, and it had made me lose a lot of confidence in my speech, and so I was not talking. Like, I literally would go days without saying a single word, which is crazy to think of now. And so I thought, literally exposure therapy. I'm going to make a YouTube channel where I talk, and that's going to be my exposure therapy to train myself, to help train myself to talk again. So if y'all are just watching my streams or watching my videos and just think like, you know, I don't know what y'all think of me, just know that like you are really, like, y'all have helped me in such a way that I can't even begin to explain, because like you've given me an outlet and confidence to like speak again. So like, you know, just y'all literally being here making fun of like my gameplay or so, just being here saying whatever, talking about biking in chat, it doesn't matter. Like, I am like way more grateful than you know. So appreciate you guys a lot. Whew, okay. I didn't go through anything like that, but I find it hard to keep small talk going at times. Yeah, me too. Whoa. Just got like really dizzy all of a sudden. Like the whole, maybe it's just how I pushed my desk, it started to tip. That was weird. But yeah, so small talk I'm fine with, but for me the problem is like if it's someone that like I was friends with, then it feels like I should have more to say than just small talk, right? Like, I feel like if I'm meeting up with like my old best friend, like I should have more to talk about than small talk. And he's fantastic about talking, so like he even like reaches out to me like, hey, do you want to hang out and stuff? So like I love him to death. I just feel bad that I'm boring, you know? But it's okay. I'm still super excited to see him. Yeah, let's pull the boss. I feel like this is fine. It's just going to make it really awkward to dodge. But as long as we keep like a wide arc from the boss, we should be fine. No, what did we die to? Okay, now that the ads are out, I'm gonna pop my wings. Okay, since the tank does more damage than me, I'm just gonna hit the thing. I don't think anyone's at risk unless they stand in something. It's a pleasure. I appreciate you. Come on, my dear boy. I love saying your name. Come on, my dear boy. What's that a reference to? Is that from like a movie? Because I can feel it. I can hear it be said, you know? Like, I don't know. Maybe like a Sherlock style thing. God, it's so loud all of a sudden. I joined a pug the other night and made it 6 out of 8 heroic on my warlock. That's fantastic. I also, I did a little bit of pugging. I pugged a raid, and I pugged tanking, and I haven't tanked a raid boss since Castle Nathria in Shadowlands. And I did great. I did great, although the other tank was such a chad that he literally had aggro on both. I was doing the council boss, the Soul Hunters. The other tank had aggro on both the tankable mobs at like all times, but still, I lived. I didn't die. And I did the tank mechanics well. I taunted it before the tank mechanics and stuff. If anything, we went on and then killed Fractalus. And he didn't taunt off of me and I died, so... You know... You did that last year. Oh, God. It's fun tanking raid, but man, I couldn't do it for tier. I feel like it's a whole lot of nothing sometimes. But mythic raiding is a lot more rewarding. But heroic raid healing or tanking is there's just not a lot going on. I struggle to heal with Paladin. Don't know why it's so hard. So Paladin, I will say, is one of those... Oh, I have one. Oh, God. I'm so bad. When did I walk over this? LOL, my bad. And Pasha? What does that mean? But like if you think like Resto Shaman always has a lot of passive healing happening. You have your Riptides healing, you have your Totems healing, your Healing Rain if you're playing that, like your Ancestors. You have a lot of passive healing, right? Same with Resto Druid. You'll always have some hots down, like even some just baseline Efflorescence, Life Bloom. You'll always have some hots down. The same can be said for Disc Priest. They'll always have some Atonement healing coming through. Like that's the true for every spec. It's not really as true for Paladin. You don't really have any passive healing. The only argument is maybe like the Eternal Flame Hot, and that's extremely minor, right? So like you don't have much passive healing, so it's really all up to like your active healing. So you can't really like prep for damage like you can with other healers. Like for example, as a Resto Druid, if you cast 3 Rejuves and a Life Bloom and an Efflorescence and a Wild Growth all before the damage happens, that's globals that you spent before the damage. That's going to help you during the damage, right? You can't really do that as Holy Paladin. Maybe you could Beacon before the damage. You can like Aura Mastery before, but you can't really like pre-hot and stuff, you know? So in that sense, it definitely is different. So maybe that plays into it, do you think, or no? Get those dang grass touchers out of here. I know, right? We're supposed to be boring people. We play WoW all day. Oh, ooh. Getting a bit personal, but I get along really well with people who talk a bunch. I love listening, but then I doubt myself, thinking why do they want to talk to me if I'm just sat there listening? I'm that same way in public. Like the reason why I think I enjoy streaming so much is because this is so different from who I am. Like even in my house, me and my wife are kind of like pretty much polar opposites. Like she's, when we're home, like she talks a lot. Like she loves to yap. She'll tell me all about her day, everything, and I love it. I'll sit there and listen all day. Like as soon as I turn off the stream, I just go and lay on her bed for like an hour and listen to everything that she's done today. You know, and it's like I'm living my best life, right? But then, you know, when I go to tell her about some things about like, wow, like, oh, well, you know, I'll say something like, you know, this funny thing happened on stream today. And then I'll immediately be like, I'll think in my head like, she doesn't care, you know, but I mean, she does. She does. She's like super cool and stuff. But like, that's kind of like, you know, a little microcosm of what you're saying, I think. So like whenever I try to tell people about like what I do and just like, you know, just some things, I always have that same doubt for sure. But like I said, like y'all being so kind to me on the streams has really helped me. So hopefully, Keaton, I can, you know, spell reflect some of that kindness back at you and say, I think you add a very interesting voice to the chat. So if I got to talk to you in person, I would be very lucky to do so. So, and I truly do mean that. Whoa, the casts. Dang, these casts are all picking the same person. My wife's pretty good pretending to care about WoW. That's good. That's good. My wife is too. She's super cool. I think WoW players just find cool wives and, I guess, partners. I know this deckhand's still alive. He's like, I'm gonna get you, tank. I'm gonna get you. How's our time looking? I feel like we're fine, but we've kind of done like a lot of slow pulls. Also, that first boss took forever. Fire Cowboy, what's good? So good to see you. Oh, let's kick that. Hello all. How's it going? It's going fantastic. Better that you're here too. Ooh, tank. The tank's been struggling with these deckhands. You know, nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna pop my defensive here because I got 2 bolts coming my way. Okay, they got stunned. But it's going very well. We have gotten a lot of IO today. We are now like around 70 away, like 68, I think is the actual number on the paladin. So we're getting close. And then from there, it's the evokers right there too. And then the double pre-spec, the double whammy pre-spec's gonna come next week. So big gains. As long as we keep up this pace, we are cruising. What do you think about the mini changes that were released yesterday? Well, I haven't really looked at all the healers, but I kind of do want to sit down and read through all of them and give my thoughts in a video. I kind of want to say, like, here's the best things coming, the best and worst things coming to each spec in Midnight, in my opinion, you know. I kind of want to do that, so I haven't really looked at all the healers yet, but the Mistweaver ones, we've talked about it a lot today, so if you want to hear like the full in-depth thing, go back while we were in, I think, Priory, and I was yapping away about it, I think, Fire Cowboy. But just to kind of give you a summary, I think they are great changes, but the one thing that has me a little apprehensive is like the only like new stuff we're getting is only Soothing Mist favorites, like those 3 new talents, for example. The 3 that are on our Mistweaver tree, they literally cause you to, or they need you to cast Soothing Mist to get them, to get anything from them. And as someone who, like, say you're someone, you know, the Mistweaver player base is really split. There's people who do like casting keys, there's people who don't, and that's fine. But if you're someone who does not ever want to even cast Soothing Mist in a key, which there's a lot of people like that, and especially someone who doesn't want to have to cast it, unless it's like to rescue a tank from a big chunk, you know, then now they're kind of making it to where you do have to cast Soothing Mist, and I don't know, I feel like there's rightfully some people upset, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But as someone who does actually enjoy doing caster keys from time to time, I think it's fine. I just don't like that that's where it's positioned. I think they should have added that on our actual tree as like a way that you could take it if you wanted to play a caster build, or not take it. That's going to kill me. No, it's not. So like I don't think that should be our 3 new talents. I think that should be somewhere else on the tree. Like maybe I was saying like replace the T talents, you know, but then the PvP community would be mad, you know. But yeah, I just don't think that it's like the right way to implement something that requires you to press Soothing Mist to get full value. Because if you're adding new stuff to our talent tree, you want it to be things that that all builds can play with, right? And right now, not all builds can play with Soothing Mist, or not all builds want to play with Soothing Mist. It's just so immersion breaking, rotation breaking from the standard Chi-Ji build. So that's kind of my overall. But the rest of it, super happy. Peer into Peace being baked in. J-Fire being, you know, you still get all the usefulness of J-Fire, but you just don't have to press the button. I like that. Stun that guy. What else? I think the Serpent, Way of the Serpent's really cool. A really cool alternative playstyle. They are giving caster monks some love, but I think no one has an issue with that. I don't think. I think the people that do have an issue with all the caster stuff coming, it's because it's caster stuff coming that like you really, it's kind of, that is our new stuff, and it's unavoidable. You know what I mean? It's like if they announce like, oh, massive new talent for this spec, but really like it's only, I don't know how to make an analogy for it, but that's kind of my big thing. Okay, let's see. You know what's amazing? Talking to someone passionate about something. Ever talked to a train spotter? They love that shit, and I love that energy. You mean people who like literally go out and look at trains? I haven't talked to one, but I've seen like clips of them on like YouTube and TikTok and stuff. There are people who love trains, like love trains. It's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. It's a crazy amount of love for trains, for something that to us is just so normal. So yeah, that's very interesting. You need to cast Soothing Mist? I thought it just procced them. I'm pretty sure you need to like start a Soothing Mist. I'll pull it up here in a second just to verify, but pretty sure you actually have to like cast it to get it to start channeling it, right? I'd love to be wrong there, though, but at least that's how I read it, or I at least read it yesterday and remember it being that way. I have wings. I don't really want wings yet. I mean, that's my free wings. That doesn't count. Okay, now I'm gonna wings. This is kind of getting out of hand. Okay, I immuned and sacked someone through that. That was insane amounts of damage. And of course, I look at the meters thinking like, oh, I just healed so much, and I'm getting out healed by the tank. You gotta love Blood Death Knights. You gotta love them. Okay, we're fine now. Don't forget to check Trading Post. Oh, I never check Trading Post. Is Trading Post in Orgrimmar? So I know there's one in Dornegal. But is there one in Orgrimmar kind of opposite to the auction house? Like kind of on the other side of that like central building? Because I was on my alt the other day and I was in Orgrimmar. I haven't been in Orgrimmar since Dragonflight. But I was in Orgrimmar and I just found it. There's just a chest on that side of the building. And I opened it, and I got like a bunch of mounts and a bunch of outfits and stuff. I was like, dude, it's Christmas. You revived your Demon Hunter? I recently leveled my Demon Hunter from 70 to 80 as a tank. It was fun. But I definitely am enjoying the Prot Warrior more. The hand mount not being able to fly is a crime. Oh man, I think like especially since dragon riding's a thing, I think every mount should be able to fly. There are literally car mounts that can fly, like actual motorcycles that fly. Like what is this, Harry Potter? No. Why can't my hand mount fly? Like we've all seen Napoleon Dynamite's hands can fly, right? The OG chest is next to the central building. Okay, so that is the trading post. Gotcha. I've never really paid attention to the trading post, but I'm sure I've missed out on a lot of cool stuff. I just wasted beacon, by the way. That got really risky, but it's because I wasted beacon. I'll be more careful about that in the future. Now as this is breaking, I'll beacon again. I'm gonna start storing up my holy power with this. Well, we have a lot of time. I'll send one more shield. Yeah, Holy Paladin feels fantastic in this dungeon. It's unreal how well your spells line up. I never noticed how close that pack is to this boss room. That collapsing star. I'm going to go ahead and move out there so I can pre-soak before this Nova. Where's it at? Nice. Oh my goodness. Merry Christmas. Probably soak 2 even. Nah. Got our free wings proc. I'm just going to go ahead and soak this. Because I had the infusion of light procs is why I did that. Just use them while I have them. Or get use out of them while I have them. Instead of waiting for the proc to end. Oh, our warrior. No. I'll go over here. A Hyperlight Nova. We're going to have to move out of melee. Really not being aggressive with my Holy Shocks. I'm just saving them for heals. But we have Collapsing Star in 10, followed immediately by a Fragmentation. I'm not going to play it super risky, but I am going to be out there for the first one. I want to be there immediately. Then we can dodge. Probably could have soaked a second one since it went far. I thought I had waited out all the fragments. I really did. Someone else is going to have to soak. Someone else is going to have to... Well, actually, you know what? We'll just face tank it. We're fine. We're fine. I'm a paladin. We're good. Dude, no one is willing to go to the far ones. Ah, where do I go? I'm going to have to hang out here. I see it. I see it. Yikes, this is just a travesty. We got all mixed around. I'm sorry. I've been going to that same one like every time though, so. Oh god, now this dungeon's kind of looking sketchy. I literally thought that I had waited out all the fragments. That's just a big old my bad. I heard that one popping. Oh god. Collapsing Star, followed by a Nova. Ooh, I don't actually have a lot here. Fine tool in a second. Well, I got kind of sus there. Dang, we only get 10 IO for that. Yeah, that was a pretty big facepalm there. Oh, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Yay, we got secret technique. Someone legit already opened up a trade with me. Oh, they're trying to trade me their Warbound one. GG. GG. Nice tank and heal. You too. I'm saying you too after you said nice tank and heal. That's like when someone tells you to have a good day or enjoy the food, like your waiter, and you say you too, you know? For sure, I see why there's a shortage of tanks. Yeah, honestly, the amount of people in my, like, I've been gearing my Prot Warrior, and I'm like, we're blasting through a key, right? We've literally finished all the dungeons with like 12 minutes left, right? But the amount of people that literally will ping the next pack for me to go to it, and like all this stuff, I'm like, dude, let me tank. And then they'll literally run in and pull it myself. There's been times, I might have clips of it, but I'm not going to show because it's pretty toxic, okay? It's the one toxic thing that I admit to doing. So if, like, for example, I was doing a key the other day on my Prot Warrior, and this arcane mage just kept pinging stuff like, go here, then here, then go here, then here, and then they type like, bro. So then they went, like, I wasn't planning on pulling this pack. I have a route that I was doing that I'm like testing out, and they like went and they cast their little arcane stuff on this one pack and started attacking it and running from it, and then started pinging it. So what I did is I stood still and just like watched them run, and just watched until they died. And then they wiped and they were typing at me, and I was like, hey, let me pull. If you want to tank, log into a tank. And then they shut up and the key went swimmingly. We literally had 13 and a half minutes left. Like, it was so fine. We went in so quickly. I don't get why people do that. but I legit just like grabbed the popcorn and watched. Are you playing your warrior in the collab with Vlad? I'm not. I'm doing the warrior kind of for my own fun. It's just while I'm editing, I'll kind of be listening to my VODs to kind of like know what to cut out and stuff while I'm playing a character. And right now, I don't really want to play healers off stream. Um, so I'm just playing the Prot Warrior for fun because I've seen a lot of people play it and it looks really fun and I'm having a lot of fun. But no, I don't know if I should say, but I've already said it already. I'm playing Frost Death Knight with Vlad. And we're going to do that soon. We've kind of gotten a few windows of time kind of nailed out. So yeah, but I'm playing Frost Death Knight. I don't know if he's said what he's playing yet, but he will be healing, and it's going to be a good one. He's playing a good healer. I think I do fully intend. I have some bits of content written down that I really want to pull on him. I have a funny thing that I'm going to say, but no, he's playing. I'm glad he's playing what he's playing. That's all I'm going to say, unless he's already said it. Oh shit. Okay, so he's already said it. He's playing Holy Priest. But yeah, I've already thought of some funny things. As I know, he'll play a Holy Priest. Yeah, he will. Which I think is it's the right choice. It's gonna be. I don't like Holy. Honestly, none of the healers are like super fun to watch right now. Maybe Resto Druid, because like they swap stances and do all this like fun fancy stuff. But like Holy Paladin's like a sick spec to play right now. But I guess like a lot of people have told me they don't like watching Holy Paladin because everything's instant cast, and that makes it kind of harder to follow along with what you're doing as the streamer. But I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh, but Holy Priest is kind of the same way where it's like it has a lot of repetitive gameplay loops, but I'm going to try to encourage him to play some Archon Holy Priest, which is really sick. And yeah, I'm going to try to encourage him to play some fun stuff, and I'm going to encourage him to try to maximize his damage as Holy Priest because they can do some big damage. We're going to have fun with it. I'm also going to make him have to heal me, for sure, on accident, but it's definitely going to happen. He's going to have to be healing me. Because I'm going to be playing Frost Death Knight. I have no clue how to play it. I'm not going to watch a single guide. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to get in there and be bottom DPS. And I don't want to spoil too much, but I'm going to try to make it into a video at the end. So I might be posting some of our VODs as we go along. Like I might be actually like clipping it down kind of like he does and post as videos, but just like minor editing. But then at the end of it, I might summarize it all into like a 30-minute like video. And in that video, I have a really fun bit that I want to plan, or that I have planned, that I think will be a lot of fun. Yeah. But that's after the fact. That's after we do it all. So we can now filter out Salia's Gambit. We are 58 away. What gets us 58? If we did an Arakara 14, there's a chance, but I doubt we do that. So we're 2 13s away. Let's look for Arakara, because that is our biggest gain. We're going to put that our main at 3.2. His next series is going to be all healers, all 10s. Very good. Very, very good. I would love to come on there and roast him if he needs someone to. I mean, I'm free for that. Like, no charge. I'll come on and roast his gameplay for sure. That's going to be fun. Been a tank main since Classic. That's tank power. The rest of the group are your hostages. What are they going to do? Find another tank? I know, right? It was it was kind of toxic of me to sit there and just watch the mage run as the pack that he pulled just chased him. But you can't enable that behavior. You can't. You just can't. And yeah. HPAL is the only healer I haven't tried yet. Would I enjoy it as a Mistweaver enjoyer? I think so. It's very different from Mistweaver. You would think that since they're both the melee specs, that they're like kind of similar. It's very, very different. Very different. I think... Yeah, it's just really different. If you like Holy Paladin... I'm sorry. If you like Mistweaver and you also like Holy Priest, I feel like it's kind of a hybrid, maybe. But it's very much different from Mistweaver. For those being the two melee specs, they're very, like, vastly different. I'm looking forward to it too. It's mostly going to happen on stream. So, like, maybe I make a video kind of announcing it. But I think once I start posting some of the VODs on YouTube as edited videos, some of the people who don't really tune into the streams will kind of come out, you know? That was a wall of text. Hey, a Mistweaver Monk that we got chosen over. That's probably... Oh, sorry. Yo. I found Disc Priest pretty fun. Not a fan of Shaman or Druid. It's more like Shaman. Well, okay, it's more like... Honestly, it's more like Oracle Disc Priest. It's nothing like... Holy Paladin is mostly like Oracle Disc Priest, except the shields are just heals. Like, just shock heals. If I had to relate it to something, it would be like Holy Paladin mixed with a little bit of Mistweaver and then a lot of Oracle Disc Priest minus the shields. That would be my, like, breakdown. So one of my raiders sent me something that's very cool, and I guess while we wait, let me show you guys. It was a Reddit post. Where is this? It was a Reddit post that was about... I'm going to try not to show our DMs and stuff. It's this guy kept track of his healing heat map. So on his raid frames, he took how many times he healed each person and their position and showed the heat map. Now, this is not perfect because, like, odds are this is probably a tank or this is just their one, like, hunter, you know, that they heal a lot. But this is such an amazing idea, and I kind of want to learn how to do it myself because I know personally, you guys, if you've seen me raid before, my frames aren't in the middle of my screen. I keep my frames right here. And I have definitely noticed that my heat map would be like this because of that. I think my right side gets healed a lot more than my left side. I barely ever heal these people, but mostly these are tanks, and, like, these three people are usually fine. But, like, I know I heal a lot more on the right side, so I really want to keep track of that because I know for a fact my heat map would be, like, red here. Like, this would be red, and then this would be, like, yellow, and this would all be, like, blue. So I thought that was pretty cool. Never really thought of, like, a heat map for who you heal in raid, but that's really interesting. Like, I like data like that. That guy's name was Dom Season. What a name. Oh, also, Gumshoe, are you still here? I just saw that you responded. Hopefully you're still here. This tank's name is Ligma Balzac. Did y'all see that? Ligma Balzac. Balzac. I feel like that name's a little... I would never name a character of mine like that because I'd be afraid of it just getting banned, you know? Alright, we have a group. Arakara time. They said contigo pu, and they said vas a jugar con ellos. What does that mean? Going to play vas a jugar a ellos? Gonna play with them? Gonna play with... What does that mean? Her? Oh no. Hold on, let me translate this because I feel like they inspected me and said I don't want to play with that healer. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Vas a jugar con ellos in English. You are going to play with them. Without you. Oh, so the shaman was leaving, so the DH just left anyways. I think that's the story. I have no idea. Ooh, but now we're doing this dungeon without a shaman, and this dungeon's so much easier with a shaman. Was there a sentence before that talking about his guildies or kids or something? No. Not when they not before they joined or whatever. Why are they so rude? I feel like maybe the shaman had to go, and he was like, "You're gonna play without me," and then the other guy was like, "I'll just leave without you. I'll just leave or something." I don't know. It's fine. No one. You don't. I'm not gonna blame anyone for not wanting me to heal them in a 13. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But which I think this hunter just joined. The mage, he keeps typing welcome with a smiley face to everyone. And he said, welcome, smiley face. The hunter said thank you and then left. So sometimes we will put people in group 6 to divide the raid more evenly, I think to myself. Well, they're dead. I know, right? Oh, man. Especially like if you're doing like a fight that requires you to split. For sure. It's like, well, I'm not going to heal them. They're not getting any heals. I know the good thing to do would be to put my raid frames in the middle of my screen, but I'm so used to them being on the left side. When I first started playing, for the first like year and a half, I used enhanced raid frames. Do y'all know enhanced raid frames? Let me pull up a picture of them because I don't have them anymore, but enhanced. But this is literally what I use to heal. Hold on. Oh, I didn't even know you could pop it out. So imagine this. It's on like the side of your screen. Like this. You know, you can see that little arrow bar right there. And that's what I used to heal. So it was literally like this on the left side of my screen. Which, by the way, this random Google image, this guy's name is Fartnut. Fartnut. Dude, where do people come up with their names? I want to name a character Fartnut. Anyways, but this is how I healed for the longest time. I wish I would stop doing that. But I would like go over here and like have to click, like I'd hover over health bars here and raid. So it's definitely been worse, but I'm so used to, like I'm trained to healing on the left side of my screen in raid that it's as much as a downside as it, like if I ever wanted to like push up higher in guilds and like push like Hall of Fame, I probably would fix that because I do think it's a long-term detriment, but it's getting the job done thus far, you know. Can't complain. What are your thoughts on Presvoker? Like, hate it, like it or hate it right now in keys? I do like it. I definitely do like it. I think it's really fun how much damage it can do, and I'm a huge fan of that side of it. So I like that there's one healer spec that does really solid damage. And I like that on a lot of boss fights. Like, say you're fighting like in Celia's Gambit, you're on the first boss, and he does that thing where he hits 3 people for a bunch of damage. As a Pres Evoker, you don't even need to stop just spamming Living Flame for damage, because it'll cleave onto your allies and slowly top them up as you spam. And I like that. I think that's like kind of chill. Like a lot of these easy fights where like you do have to stop your damage rotation and do some healing every now and then just to make sure no one gets one shot. I think that's boring. So the fact that Prez doesn't have to do that is pretty sick. Okay, we're finally in a key, and I'm realizing it is going to be late, but I have enough time to make dinner before raid tonight, which is fine. That's all I care about. But I think it's much better than people think. I think Presvoker is really solid. But I will say I've kind of taken some steps to alleviate my hand pain recently, and it's really helping. I think a big cause of my hand pain was that I rest my wrist on my desk or my forearm on my desk, and my desk has like it's like a sharp corner, like it's a sharp edge. It's not like sharpened, but it's a squared corner. So like it would kind of like stab into my hand a lot, and I think that was kind of like maybe cutting off some blood circulation or something. So I ordered these pads. You can't see them because I'm wearing all black, but these like arm pads, they're like really plush, and they have a sticky bottom, and you just kind of put it on the corner, and it just kind of like smooths out that edge, and also gives you like something to rest on. So good, like so amazing. That alone, and I've gotten this gel, which I can't tell which one of these is working the most, but this gel also helps. It's helping like some of the inflammation in the hand joints and stuff. Have you ever tried a sanding desk? No, but if I had enough money, I would definitely get the first purchase I would get is a standing desk and a little mini standing treadmill thing, like a little tiny little treadmill that I could have under the desk, because I get like no exercise. I'm having to like I just wasted that. Dang. I walk on the treadmill at night some nights, and I'm starting to do it a lot more, but I wish I could do it while I streamed, or like between keys I could just stand up and like get some standing time, because I really need it. Because sitting all day is not very good. That's why I don't stream too long, because I like to get up and be active a bit. Alright, let's slam this 13. I got a standing desk recently, and it's amazing for posture and back pain. I bet. Like, I understand it is. It's just an expense. If I could get one, like, really cheap, I would. There's this group on Facebook that people just give away stuff that they don't need anymore, and someone posted a standing desk. I responded so quickly, but someone had beat me to it. Dang. Are we stopping? We're not stopping. Okay, we are stopping. The tank doesn't have any aggro. He was literally still mounted. I like that we paired that mob, the barrage caster. Makes this pull a lot more easy. Our tank is stunned. Our tank is just melting to that dot. Our tank's stunned again, dang. Never seen a tank get stunned to that. Ah, man. It's too far away. My character sounds so much like Prince Charming from the Shrek movie, Shrek 2. But mama. But I want Fiona. What?
Only the strongest survive.
Probably gonna save myself with a prism. I went to Word of Glory myself, but I didn't. I don't think I had enough holy power. I was kind of like last ditch effort Word of Glory. I could have lay it on hands myself, sure, but I was too busy doing a Prince Charming impression, which I think is more important. I'm out of range. Also, I am RB res, so I need to be much more careful. If we keep letting these deaths slip through, people are going to start to give up and throw up abandon boats. So we got to be careful here. Hey, do you want to hear a song that I have been absolutely obsessed with lately? It's a song that I used to listen to all the time in college. Oh my gosh, I just dispelled myself. Yeah, it's definitely an abandon for sure. Well, I don't know. But I used to listen to this song all the time in college. And my wife recently reintroduced me to it. It's so good. Like, I could listen to it on repeat. Do we vote yes? Is this dungeon still time? What do y'all think? Would y'all vote yes in my shoes? Would y'all just stick it out at least? He said, I started vote. I've died 3 times during my CDs. I mean, this pool's ridiculous without a shaman, to be honest. I can only dispel so much. Okay, I did not vote. I mean, I say we keep going. That's kind of like the hard part of the dungeon, right? This dungeon's kind of free on the timer, a little bit, maybe. Never surrender, that's right. In Smite, the surrender button is F6, and the vote no on surrender is F7. So it's everyone types like F7 is like a big thing in the Smite community. They're like F7, which means never surrender. So never surrender. Said we don't have to. This guy has a macro that spams popping big CDs. CDs nuts. That's what I have to say about that. Okay, there, these little spiders just, the tank didn't have aggro on them. They just came, they almost killed me. They legit came in and one-shot the Windwalker. Now the Windwalker's mad at the DH for not getting aggro. Oh yeah, this is just crumbling, man. Oh, this might be a surrender. This might be an F6. Now they're typing to each other. I'm getting hit by a little crawler. Looks like the universe is just telling me to go make dinner. Which, hey, I'm fine with, right? FF in League, I've heard that. It means like forfeit, right? Forfeit. I've seen people type FF in some games. A lot of games people just type GG, but some games have like distinct lingo that's from that game. But F7 is like a Smite thing. I think there's another game that also uses F6 and F7. Recently in Spain, I got mine from IKEA for like 400ish. Yeah, but see the thing is, like when we first got this house, I got both of these desks. It was a buy one get one free sale on desks, and they're very good desks. And they were like 120, and like I can't in good conscience. I have two good desks. I can't like in good conscience like buy another desk, you know. So what I think I'm gonna do is just get a bunch of cinder blocks, legit, and just stack cinder blocks on one of them. I have 2 desks. Maybe I'd like kind of shift my healing is so bad. What? LOL. There's no shot you blame me. Yeah, he straight up crashed out. He's just pointing fingers everywhere. He blamed the tank, the monk, and then he landed on me. So I guess I took the final stray. Decided to switch to Twitch chat. What's up, OG Factor? Oh. Yeah, the tank literally didn't get aggro. Healing was good. That's what the... LOL. I know, right? No worries. The monk messaged me and said the tank didn't get aggro. The healing was really good. So that had nothing to do with me. The tank literally just did not pick up the ads. So it's like, what do you do? Touch of death to you? I know, right? Heck yeah, welcome to the better chat. Yeah, welcome, OG Factor. I literally am about to end the stream, but hey, welcome over here. It's good to see your name here again, though. I used to see your name all the time on Twitch, so now it's cool to see OG Factor, the OG Factor instead of Factor, but it's good to see your name back. But yes, that was not a never surrender situation. That was definitely a surrender situation. But honestly, we got a lot more done today than I thought, so I'm going to have to finish this up on tomorrow, but tonight I got to go cook before raid tonight. We're going to try to get some good prog in on Nexus Kings, whatever they're called. So I'll be trying to kill. Oh my goodness. Mythic Nexus King Saladar. And, you know, my guild is a 2-night-a-week guild, so we're about on pace. A lot of the 2-night-a-week guilds are averaging on Saladar, maybe a little bit on Fractalus, so I think we're good. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be really exciting because hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get our Paladin done in a very short amount of time pushing, and then we can finally hop in and do some like priest keys, some evoker gearing and stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you all there. But like I said, gonna go cook, gonna go hang out with my wife and do a little walking on the treadmill a bit. So appreciate you all coming out and hanging out today. Today's stream was so much fun. Like I was very apprehensive because I was starting the stream late, so I was very like hesitant to go live. I was like, maybe I just don't. But I'll be real with you guys. You made today so much fun, and I appreciate the good chat. Like y'all were a lot of fun today. So I'll see you all tomorrow.